Let's go live. Let's go live. Let's go live. What's going on, YouTube? Big up to everybody. It is England versus Serbia. We're here to cover the whole game, and I'm joined with Gary. Gary, how you doing? Gary was and me was both up in central London. I was at the Crab Shack place for Father's Day. Gary was getting busy with work. What's going on, Gary?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Tired, but good. Just waiting to see what Drovel England produce tonight.
Yeah, and before we go into England, let me just quickly, right, audio, come on. Yeah, audio's working now. And before I go into that, on the screen, thanks to everybody for joining us. On the screen, we have Kevin Campbell. The news broke. It was actually quite a bad weekend for me and family. We got the news that there was a couple of deaths, and as soon as you you didn't get over one, but as soon as one hit you, the second one did. And quite frankly, I had my phone turned off for most of Saturday. That's why I didn't get a lot of messages from you guys, but I was reading them on the Facebook forum. So thanks everybody who sent in all the condolences. It's been absolutely overwhelming, the response from the fan base and everything. It is, obviously I can't say much, but it's just been absolutely brilliant. And Kevin, he deserves it. And I just want to say before I go to Gary, he's been a standout statesman of not just Arsenal Football Club, but football as a whole. Because normally you have a player like Ian Wright, who's beloved by some fans, hated by others, applauded on his work that he's done for the media punditry at BBC. But he'll always be known as an Arsenal fan and an Arsenal man. And while Kevin Campbell's ties with Arsenal were strong, the love and the respect I've seen from Nottingham Forest fans, from Everton fans all over, I mean, it's just been absolutely incredible how much this man was loved. And it really was bigger than Arsenal. And I'm big enough and old enough to stand up here and say that because, he meant so much to the sport. And so, Gary, how are you? First of all, how's your weekend going? And what's your thoughts about Gavin?
Busy at work, but I'm okay. I was totally shocked when I read the news on Facebook come up on Arsenal.com because it was only a week or so ago when you were saying he was in hospital with the kidney trouble, but it looked like he was going to pull through. It looked like everything was going to be okay. That was a conversation that we had. Or was it our last stream that we done, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So obviously when the news broke, it's really sad, lovely guy. I remember watching him as I was a kid in the late 80s at Arsenal. I used to see him getting on the tube from Finsbury Park. And I remember one time he's sitting on the tube and there was some guy proper bad mouthing him, not knowing that he was sitting a couple of seats away, or just some of these fans that don't even realise that the players there, they're just chatting utter garbage.
Yeah.
But he was a true gentleman. He didn't utter a word. He was just smiling. I looked at him, he looked at me, and we were just kind of a little grin on our face. But great player, a good servant for the club. Loved all around football. Just a true gentleman. It was, like I said the other day, it was unfortunate for him that he was around when Ian Wright was around, because Ian Wright kind of stole the glory, but Kevin Campbell was a top player.
Yeah, I think my thoughts on that is slightly different because those were the day of 4-4-2. So it was okay to have two strikers up front. The days of the Emil Heskies would never survive in today's style of football. Does that make sense? Like you needed one guy up there. Yeah, I mean, look what we.
I was saying the other day. I remember, wasn't it against Southampton where he scored the hat trick?
Yeah,
and Ian Wright scored some audacious chip from the touchline.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about the goal that Wright scored, but this guy scored a good hat trick, and no one's giving him a mention. So that's what I mean when I say he was unlucky.
Yeah.
Not unlucky, he was unlucky that Wright took all the plaudits, and a lot of his work kind of went below the radar. But
And I think when I think about things like that, it's like I look at his career and I remember when I spoke to my aunt, and Kevin was like he'd gone overseas, and I think it was I think it was it Benfica. He'd gone overseas, and Everton were in big trouble. They were relegated. They were going to get relegated. They were going to get relegated. There's no two ways about it. Everybody thought that was going to happen. And then he came in and saved them from the drop with 9 goals. And I'll never forget that. Like every single week, week after week after week, Kevin Campbell's hitting the back of the net. And then you just saw Everton just rising from the bottom 3. And absolutely, he is one of their heroes throughout history. He will always be known as the man who kept them from the drop. And they've never, yes, last season they were in those issues, but that was because of points deduction. Had they not been in that situation, Everton would have comfortably been mid-table as such. But, I mean, look, I just want to say it was Arsenal, Everton, Nottingham Forest, where he really kind of stood out. 148 goals in 542 club games, almost a career for 20 years. And it just looking at
that speaks volumes in itself, doesn't it? 20 years playing in the English leagues.
Bro, yesterday I was feeling so down, man. And then I just went on Twitter, I went on the forum, I just looked on Google, and every publication everywhere, just tributes, inundated with messages of support. And look, guys, he helped Arsenal win the double alongside Ray Parlour in 1993. He was adored by everybody at the club. He had a little spat with Ray Parlour, but Ray Parlour came out yesterday and said, look, guys, and you can go and check this out on Twitter. He said, there really is nothing in it. Kevin was a fantastic guy. I apologize if I hurt anyone of his fans and his family members. I didn't mean to be, sort of over the board. So Ray Parlour was a standout man for coming out and saying that, and I really do respect that. But his career as a trainee Arsenal player made his senior debut in 1988. And that was actually against Everton, believe it or not. And he had loan spells. Remember, guys, before he was staple at Arsenal, we sent him out on loan to Leyton Orient and Leicester City before establishing himself at Arsenal. And he scored 8 times in 10 matches when Arsenal won the first division. That was before
89, that was, wasn't it?
It was 1991 season.
Yeah? 91.
And so remember, guys, Sky started in 1992. That's when the Premier League and the Sky Sports era started. I was watching the football on Screen Sport. Anybody who had Sky TV in the 80s, it was known as Screen Sport then. And that's what we were watching it on. And Kevin was brilliant in that. Left the club in 1995. He spent 3 years on Nottingham Forest then. They had a brief spell, as I talk about it, it's in Turkey. He had a brief spell there. But I think when he returned to the Premier League at Everton, that's when it all really kind of kicked off, because you kind of saw what he was all about at that stage. And it was just, he played 139 games for the Toffees, 52 goals. He's actually their fifth highest goal scorer, I believe.
Also in the Premier League? Or
in the Premier League era. He's the 5th time all scorer in the Premier League era. Anybody out there that want to check that out, just let me know if you can confirm that. But then he was a regular on Sky Sports as a pundit in the media world. And like I said, Kevin was more than football. He was more than just about Arsenal. He was for everybody. And he'd go down at the Tully and he'd mix up with a lot of friends there. He met up with everybody, had a drink with them, talked football, talked about life, mentorship. Kevin was special, guys. He really was. And I just said I can't say enough about the love and tributes that I've seen online. It's been absolutely brilliant. And now it's time for the family to go in and take care of business. And so, things are probably going to quiet down a little bit. But and I think what I like the fact is everybody's respecting the family by just playing tributes and leaving it at that. The media's done it, BBC, Sky, everybody in the fan base, and no one's asking the silly questions. Everyone's just praising, respecting, and getting on with it and celebrating it. And it's just been amazing. So I didn't want to spend too much on it, but I think Kevin deserves it, doesn't he? He deserves all the accolades. I can see 18 says, "Hey guys, Gary Apollo, Kevin, rest in peace. So sorry to hear the news." Cam is saying, "So sorry to hear the news about Kevin Apollo going to be missed."
Just to confirm, Apollo, you was right. He's the 5th highest goal scorer for Everton in the Premier League.
Thought so. Yeah, I thought so. Welcome, Ebony. How are you? I hope you're doing okay.
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And hi, Ebony.
Hi, Gary. Condolences.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. We were just going through the whole of Kevin for the last 10 minutes. And Emerson says, "Good evening, Apollo. Tribute to Kevin Campbell is that it was an honor to see him play at youth level, score the vital goals against Paris Saint-Germain 1994 at Highbury in the Cup Winners' Cup final. Yep. Went on to beat Parma. And I saw him again when he was at Everton play 2003. And he retired from football, just saw him loads of times. Jay done some stuff in Birmingham with music. A lot of people in football actually don't know that. He had a lot of music production stuff going on in Birmingham, and then spent a lot of time with his son, building him up to be a footballer as well. It wasn't all about just football for Kevin. It was everything. It was about life. And as I said, mentorship was a huge part of all the young guys coming up. It wasn't just the young black kids. It was kids of all backgrounds and cultures. Kevin had time for all of them, mentoring them, and it just meant so much to everybody. Emerson says, "So may he rest in peace. Thoughts are with the family at this sad time." Emerson, thank you very much, Emerson. That means so much. Really
same goes to me. I echo those sentiments.
Excellent. Yes, thanks, and thanks, Ebony. Right, England team. Let's get on with England. Let's get rid of all of this. And don't worry, Kevin, man. Your time will come. Yeah, it's Kevin. Your journey just starting, man. One of them powerful. That's not an angel. That's a general. You know, archangel. That's what they call them. Let's take a look at England now. Let's get the team sheet up. Ebony, how's your weekend going? Ebony, can you hear me? Oh, she's frozen. Oh, she's on that work Wi-Fi.
She's at work. Yeah, she's at work.
She's on that dreaded work Wi-Fi.
She's on that London underground Wi-Fi.
Shout out to everybody out there.
Respect.
Gary, do you want to talk us through the team?
I think the team pretty much picks itself with the players that he's taken. Obviously, no Maguire, so that Mark Gay comes in. Playing Trent in the centre. The only thing that worries me about that, to be honest, is defensively he kind of lacks any kind of defensive.
Actually, he started out as a number 6 and then moved to a number 8, and now has moved to a centre forward. So when he was in the junior ranks at youth, he was playing in the 6th role, the Thomas Partey role.
Yeah, but he can't defend. Trent can't defend. So you have to worry about him coming back and making rash challenges, because you can't afford to let these guys have set pieces with Mitrovic and Vlahovic up front, plus that defender Milenkovic. You know, they've got some big guys. So, but apart from that, I'm happy with the team. I want to see Phil Foden do what he does for Man City. I want to see Saka play his normal game, and Harry Kane to score some goals.
My overall thing about this, Ebony, is, and the game's about to kick off soon. My overall thing about this is the team is full of, there's probably more talent in this team than any other team in the world right now. And that's the reason why, I mean, it isn't a joke that they've got to a semi-final and a final in major world international tournaments, because they are really that good. And you can put a little bit on inexperience, you can put a little bit on the manager. I know there's people out there that like to Arteta. They like to do the Arteta on Southgate and put everything on him. But it really is the fact that they're growing and coming together, and we haven't seen the best of them yet. And I think with him, and I'm speaking as an outsider here, as you guys know, my first love is the Reggae Boys in Jamaica. But I think for England, the biggest thing is knowing that you've got that bench as well, the Maddison, the Grealish, the Rashford.
Madison's not there. Madison got left at home.
He got left at home,
Grealish.
sorry. They were all, Grealish and Rashford, yeah, but I'm saying that they all got left at home, but they were replaced by guys like Eze, Cole Palmer, Jared Bowen, Anthony Gordon. These are the guys that are going to now come off the bench and then bring us to a different level. Whereas some of the guys I mentioned before, Marcus Rashford, Grealish, not really made their names for England. So it doesn't surprise me that they've been left out. But these are young players, and this is their first tournament as well, guys, the guys I just mentioned. And England are in need of stone cold finishers, goal scorers with the ball. And unfortunately, from what we've seen with Rashford and Grealish, they just haven't been able to cut it at this level. So it'd be interesting to see.
I've got the games kicked off.
Yeah, I'm still about 10 seconds away. But it'd be interesting to see how those players really translate to this level with the ones that I said that has been missing. I mean, even Ollie Watkins. I forgot to mention Ollie
John
Watkins.
Stones. But what are you? Oh, John Stones miscued the ball up in the air and almost put, was it Mitrovic or Vlahovic through?
Yeah, he ain't played a lot of football. He
managed to regain the ball, and England have it with Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, he's not played a lot of football. Shout out to everybody out there on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. Big up to the Twitter massive is getting big now. We got more people following on Twitter than we have. It's overtaken Facebook. It's overtaken YouTube. The amount of people that watch us on Twitter. It is madness. A lot of guys sending me messages saying, well, they've got us on voice audio while the game is on because they just love the passion. Yeah, and that's where it is with us, man.
Go on, Saka.
So really, really would like to see England make a statement here on world football because a lot is expected of them. Gary, how long can they go without winning the big one? Semi-final, final?
I mean, in the last Euros, we went 1-0 up inside, was it 3 minutes? And then we didn't have another shot on target. That makes no sense to me. And I think a lot of it does come from the manager. As much as you can say it's the players, but a lot of it comes from the manager. Sometimes he's too overcautious. You wouldn't see an Arteta or a Guardiola or a Pochettino, being so cautious in games. When you've got a wealth of a talent at your disposal, you've got to use it to the best of your ability. And sometimes he just doesn't do that. So it's a bold move starting with Trent in the centre. We know what Trent can do. But it's up to England to go out there and produce. And that's what's been missing.
So a couple of things from me there. First of all, you know me, Gary, and views and opinions. It's all about balance. Yeah. If someone's going to tell me something about a manager or a player, tell me what is good, tell me what is bad. And I think with Southgate, the reason why I say the Arteta treatment is because you've got a lot of England fans. I would say 90%, maybe more, of England fans always talk about the negatives of Southgate and never the positives. And you have to remember, this guy, Southgate, set a international Euro record of 6 clean sheets in the tournament. That's never been done before. And that's why they got to the final against Italy, because he had them attuned in the middle. Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, they were rock absolute solid. And he doesn't really get the credit for that, in my opinion.
England free kick, Trent's about to swing it in.
And yeah, they just brought down Saka.
It doesn't beat the first man, but England have it with Declan Rice, edge of the area.
And as for the Trent Alexander thing, I heard the interview with Southgate last week, and they were talking about when they're playing less offensive teams, they can afford to have him in there because he won't cost the team. But when you're playing the Italies or the Germanys or the Spains or the Frances, you can't afford to have him in there because he's a liability on the back end. And really, that's like us and Zinchenko, right? You can play Zinchenko against Fulham and them teams, but you can't play him against Liverpool and City.
Yeah, no, mate, you're right.
I'm just seeing the free kick now.
Yeah, it's not worth watching, everybody.
I think that they have to make a statement in this game because you saw the way how Spain came out and Germany. I was
just going to say exactly the same thing. Even Italy in the first half, Italy looked mustard in the first half. That Chiesa, whatever his name is, he looked. What a player he looked.
But they got frightened though, Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you cannot underestimate any of it. I wish Albania had won that. They were so unlucky with that goal, when the ball just skimmed across the goal.
I think the biggest problem with Albania is that they can't defend. Go on. Oh! So Bellingham just fed in Foden, and if he would have controlled it, he would have turned and had an open goal to shoot at, but he couldn't take the ball in.
Gary, I'm on 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so I think
you're gonna see it now.
Yeah, am I
I'm
20
on 4
seconds
minutes
behind you?
No, you're about 30 seconds behind me.
Oh wow!
I'm on 4 minutes 10, 4:10.
You're gonna see it now.
Yeah, I'm on 4 minutes and 32, 35.
You're gonna see it right now. He fed him in. He just couldn't take the touch. He couldn't control it.
Yeah. Oh.
If he takes it under control and turns, he's got an open goal to shoot at.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he scuffs a shot wide, but he was offside. Free kick Serbia.
That's the question: is who's the better player, him or Saka? And Saka comes out with better defensive stats.
I think they're completely different players, though.
You could do better than that. How much you paid? Let me keep my mouth shut.
Well,
what's going on, everybody?
You see what happens there, Ebony? Everyone goes, if he would have played for City, he would have controlled and scored that.
But it's true.
I'm not arguing. But that's the comparisons that everyone makes, because you see him do it week in, week out for City.
Yeah, big time.
I thought Grealish was. I honestly thought Grealish was kept at home. So he's on the bench.
No, he's at home.
Oh, okay.
He's doing mayonnaise adverts. He ain't got time to be in Germany.
I'm surprised that Maddison was left out as well.
I'm not.
Well, I am. That was I know it's Maddison, right? But I do like Maddison as a player. I wanted him to come to Arsenal.
He didn't have a really good back end of the season, did he? When he come back from injury,
he never does. I pulled up his stats for the last 5 years, even with Leicester City. Every single year he's played, it tails off at the end of the season.
Serbia are just like pushing themselves, imposing themselves, man. Not giving England a chance at all.
Foden just got a kick on the ankle. Stop moaning, Phil, and get on with it.
Don't worry, guys. In the chat, I'm coming to you in a second.
I was actually reading something on YouTube yesterday about who people thought was best: Foden, Bellingham, or one other player. And a lot of people think that Foden is overrated.
No, I definitely don't think he's overrated. He's a fantastic player. But what would happen if you put him in in Fulham's team? I think that will tell you. I think that will tell you a lot about the player because of the people he's playing around. Yeah,
I think that's a great point upon it, because when you play in a team like City's team, anyone can look good, and you do it on a constant basis because of the players that are around you. It makes it easier. It makes it easier when you're getting these goals and you're tapping things in from 5-6 yards on a regular basis. Makes you look. I mean, look at the season Cole Palmer had in that Chelsea team. Would you class that as a better season to what in that team than to what Foden had in the City team?
Exactly.
Yes, I would.
Good point.
Okay, Saka's thrown.
Bellingham, stop it. Why would you take the free kick quickly from there? It's a good position in there.
But part of me thinks that, Southgate, he's got his favourite players.
Every England manager always has.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what about some other players that, give them I mean, he's given a couple of people a chance, which is nice to see, but I don't know. I still think that Ramsdale should actually get a decent run out.
Yeah, I mean, like they played him in the one game and he lost. So I thought that was so unfortunate. The guy can't buy any luck at the moment.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault. That was bad defending from Stones.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He can't get any luck. You know, one game you put him in, and then look what happens. It's
Bellingham, stop it, Bellingham.
Shout out to Rich Poe.
Bellingham is just outrageous.
Rich Poe says, "Hail up, Apollo 101 crew. It's an honor to say thank you, Super Kevin. Epitomizes how we wished to be, and that fan out there giving all their best. Kevin lived the dream on and off the pitch. Rest in peace. Yes, I totally agree. Loving the all the words that are coming in for Kevin. It's been so overwhelming. Easy to see. How easy or difficult has it been to gauge realistically England's prospects? Will the game make you clearer how well they do? Hoping Saka shines.
What's going on there?
A little bit of yes or no from me there, because remember when who was it? Was it Italy? When Italy won, they lost their first game, innit? And Argentina won the World Cup, they lost their first game. So it's one of those things that, like, you just want to come out the blocks safe, no injuries. Couple of goals would be nice. And Germany, Italy, and Spain have already done it. They've set the tone. So England have to come out today and set the tone, Rich Pro. Yeah. The talent and the quality is there. No excuses. Cam says, no surprises. England lineup is pretty much what I expected, with Trent Alexander being played in the midfield next to Rice. We'll see how that midfield partnership pans out in a competition like today. And he goes, I fully expect England to win, but the Serbs shouldn't be underestimated for obvious reasons.
They're managed by Dragan Stojkovic. You remember him as a player for Yugoslavia?
Yeah.
He was a player. Some movement, England movement.
The thing is, though, Serbia are just like they just jump in front of them, and they're just so imposing right now.
Yeah, they're very physical. They're a talented team.
The thing is, though, Ebony, there's zero movement. When a player has the ball, there's no movement. Everyone is stationary where they are.
But Gary, look, it's because the Serbia's shape is so tight. If you look,
but that's when you've got to get that runner from midfield, isn't it? And try to knock we say it with Arsenal all the time. You've got Martinelli, Saka stationed out wide. There's no movement. There's no runs coming in from behind, in from deep, rather.
I actually like the way Serbia set up against them, because
go on, Saka. Can we cross it?
That second level forward is so tight.
You Bellingham! Come on! Saka. Walker plays the ball in behind. Saka gets to the byline, puts the cross in, it takes a deflection, and Jude Bellingham arrives from nowhere, diving header, top corner, 1-0 England.
He's going to be the guy, man. He's going to be the guy, Gary.
That's why he's at Real Madrid.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The movement from Saka creates the opportunity.
I'm not there yet, so
12 minutes 30.
I just saw
He's onside.
Yeah. He's big time, he is. He is big time. He is
the defender blocks the cross, but it comes off the underside of the defender's legs as he crosses it, and that's what carries the bounce over Harry Kane.
Oh, nice.
And Jude Bellingham is bang on target.
Yeah,
nice.
He's you know what? Guys like Foden, Saka, and Kane may be fan favorites, but he's the golden boy, man.
Oh yeah, I'm 100%.
Yeah, he's the golden boy. Look at that. Look at Saka's run.
Bang.
Oh, look at that.
Top bins, top left. It's a good goal.
But the good thing about that is that Bellingham's got that will and desire to get into the box just in case that cross misses Harry Kane.
And look how physical he was with the defender as well.
Yeah, he didn't care.
That's awesome.
He didn't care.
That's a great goal, man.
I think that cross is meant to go to Kane, but Kane's just like,
no, it was the deflection Ebony off the defender's leg, which carried it over.
And it's brilliant from Saka, who manages to get his cross in there as well, you know. There's all them overlaps. He's used to it playing with Arsenal. Everything counts, guys. Everything counts. Everything counts.
I still don't think that England will win it outright, though.
That's what they needed.
Trent. I'll tell you, Trent does so many things so well, right? But simple control of the ball, and he just can't do it. And Serbia have it back.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you look at some of the things he does, and some of the things, like some of the passes he produces, just outrageous.
It is.
But
It
you
is.
can't control the ball on the floor from 10 yards.
Cam says, watched your stream with Bertram for the Jamaican team. Great stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really watch much international football these days because I'm watching Jamaica quite a lot. I watch all of their games, and they won their last 2 games on Dominica and Dominican Republic in the World Cup qualifiers. So Jamaica looking good to make it through to the group stages of the World Cup. So, yeah, I love following the Reggae Boys, man. You see me sporting the Arsenal Jamaican top right here. I love the Reggae Boys, man. I'm up to date with everything that they're doing. That's where I'm at, man. It's taken a long time to get there, though. Like, they had the 90s, but a lot of the stuff that's gone on with the England team, with a lot of the black players, has just kind of made me a bit sour about the team. It's really difficult to follow England when stuff like that's going on. So I don't really watch England too tough these days.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't really watch a lot of England. Kind of, it's the same old, same old. I want to see excitement. When you watch Arsenal and stuff like that, it's hard to go watch international football, I think.
Yeah, it's so slow, isn't it?
It's slow and it's boring, it's predictable.
Yeah.
You know, but you see the way that Germany played the game so fast, and you think, like, that's how a Bayern Munich would play.
Because most of them at the time used to play for the same team, innit?
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the Scotland game the other day, the movement off the ball and the passing, you know, it makes Scotland look like a pub team, which they are. But
the thing is, you say that, but when I looked at some of them players in the Scottish team, like Matonomy, Tierney, and all that, they got quality players in that team. Ferguson.
Yeah, but you know the problem is they don't have the quality, most of them, week in, week out. So when you're playing the likes of Dundee United, I don't know where I've just popped that there, but when you're playing the likes of them and Ross County, that's not going to prepare you for playing international football.
Yeah. It's
my 79-year-old mum can beat Dundee United on her own.
Yeah, but I mean, look, guys, Kieran Tierney, who you two both love. Some people might not like him, but you two love Kieran Tierney.
Listen,
I didn't even know who was playing Apollo. I didn't even know the guy was playing.
They got Andy Robinson in there from Liverpool as well. John McGinn from Villa. Matonomy. They got McGregor. They got some quality players in that team, you know.
But the thing is, though, it's like Tierney. I don't want to see him go, but I know he's going to go.
Yeah.
And he's been on back for a long time.
The team's outgrown him.
Gary, I put the video up on this channel last week when I talked about the players leaving, Smith Rowe, Nelson, Nketiah, and all that. And exactly what I said is that the team's levels has just jumped up and it's sort of outgrown those players. That's all it is. Nothing disrespectful on any of those players. I love all 3 of them. I love Nelson, Smith Rowe, and Nketiah. Those are my boys, man.
I personally don't think it's outgrown. What do you call it? Smith Rowe. Use it, Foden.
Yeah, but has it though?
No, I don't think it's outgrown Smith Rowe. I just think that there's a place Smith Rowe brings something different to our team, what no one else does.
Yeah, you see, the problem with that is,
oh, that's a little dirty elbow in the side of Bellingham's head, man.
So the problem with that is, if I think about right now, like Johannes Hoffmann, the guy who plays for Bayer Leverkusen, yeah? If I look at Morgan Gibbs, who plays for Bayern Munich, if I look at Isco...
Morgan Gibbs, don't he play for Forest?
What's that? No, the guy who used to play for Real Madrid. Yeah? If I look at Eze, what's the guy who plays for LB Leipzig? Olmo. If I look at Olmo, Ibrahim Diaz, what's the guy's name? Joachim Felix, as we went to Chelsea last year for a loan. Barlow. Yeah. There's a lot of players who are mentioned. Javi Simmons, Kudus, Mohamed Kudus from West Ham. When you look at some of those players, like
Oh,
they're
Trent.
just quality, man.
What you done, Trent? Oh, just wide. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, the ball is played into him. It's a simple ball to control. And I don't know what he's trying to do. He bounces off one foot onto his other foot, up to his knee, and straight to Mitrovic, who shoots wide. What the hell was he doing? See what I mean about Trent? You're playing him in a central position. But there's a mistake always waiting to happen in that guy's game when it's in the defensive third. That's twice now he's give the ball away inside 20 minutes.
I can see a goal coming, you know, for Serbia.
And Saka wins the free kick. Saka showed mad strengths there. Saka's up against a guy 6'5".
Ooh, Serbia.
And he showed mad strength.
Mitrovic.
No, that's not the keeper, alone.
Trent Alexander.
Okay,
Come on now.
I'm back, guys.
Oh, is it?
20 minutes
Why
and 30 seconds, I am, Gary.
Position? Come on now.
21 minutes. Free kick, England. Trent and Foden over the ball. It's going to be Trent. Ain't going to be Foden. There's the ball in. Oh! And Harry Kane, it went over Harry Kane's head and it just hit Declan Rice in the face. And it went wide.
Mad.
So my son's just told me that their goalkeeper, who's 6'9", is Milinkovic Savic midfielder, is his brother. But he's on the bench.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. These kids know everything these days, man. He knows every player in the world.
Listen, that's why I said to you, when we were their age, we used to get the Panini stickers. And we knew every single player, bro. We knew every player.
Like, I show him a player, I go, who's this? He goes, it's so-and-so. It's so-and-so. I go, how the hell do you know that?
Yeah,
it's because they got them all on FIFA, innit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, FIFA. That's another thing, isn't it?
I can see Trent Alexander. I can see him actually giving the ball away again, and Serbia will score. Because you can't give the ball away in such a crucial position.
This is what I said at the beginning of the stream, Ebony, to Apollo. I think it was just before you come on. That he does the defending part of his game. He's not good. Here comes Serbia again, and Gay blocks a shot.
And that was more ball. Hang on, that was ball.
Well done, Saka. Foden! Come on! That's a simple ball. You played it behind the man.
What minute are you on? I'm on 21:43.
23 minutes now.
I'm on 22:30.
Yeah, you're going to see. Bellingham's getting involved, man. Bellingham, that's stupid. Bellingham, just walk away, man. Bellingham went and puffed his chest into whoever the number 11 is. He cheered up the crowd and he walked up to the guy and just banged him in his chest.
Gary, Declan Rice missed a tackle there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Doesn't normally miss those.
Gay, he done well to block the shot though.
Yeah.
And then Foden can't play a 5-yard ball to Saka.
No, that's nuts.
You know, I don't know what happens to some people when they go on international duty. John Barnes never really replicated.
Much better, Foden. Come on, I could have done that.
Yeah, John Barnes never really played well for England. He lived on the goal against Brazil in 84, weren't it?
Did you see Bellingham just walk up to one of the midfielders and body him in his chest?
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing that would get you a red card, you know. Oh, well broke up, Trent. Go on, give it to Walker. Go on, Carl. Keep going. Shoot! Oh my God! Oh my God! Carl Walker is played through by Saka. The pace is lightning. He takes a touch. He goes past the defender. He draws the keeper. He doesn't shoot. He crosses it. to nobody.
You know what?
Foden, Harry Kane stood still. Foden half gambled, half didn't, and the ball goes out for a goal kick.
It's coming for me.
Guys, let's be fair, right? Jude Bellingham is box office. I can't believe they didn't have anybody to tap that ball in there.
Bellingham half gambled, and Harry Kane just held his position for the cutback.
Yeah.
Sorry, Foden half gambled.
Okay, it's coming, I think.
No, he's got Foden there. He's missed Foden. He's not looked up. He's looked at the goalie.
What? But then again, it was defended though.
No, he doesn't look. He doesn't look up to see where the players are in the box. He just sees the goalie instead of looking to where.
Yeah, but Foden's got to gamble fully on that to get a tap in. It's a half-hearted run into the box. He hasn't. If that was Bellingham, that's 2-0.
I think he misses him.
Should have passed it.
Walker misses him there because he was open. He didn't have anybody with him. He was the only free man to tap that in the box.
You had 2 players to pass it to. Kane and who's number 11? Foden.
Yeah, but if you look where the defender was, Apollo, right there, the Serbian defender has got back to cover the keeper. Foden should have been right next to him. He was about 5 yards behind.
Yeah.
So England look comfortable in defence because it's just long stuff, and they're dealing with it. They're dealing with it okay at the moment.
Exactly, and there's not much of a threat there, if I'm honest. There's not much of a threat there. I'm going to show you this picture here. Bellingham is box office, guys. He's box office. He's keeping his team up. He is the reason why. Let's think about it, right? This is his 3rd major tournament, and he's only 20 years old. Remember, Frank, just to give you guys some perspective, Lampard was 31 years old when he went to 3 tournaments. Steven Gerrard and David Beckham were both 26 and 27.
So this must be Saka's 4th tournament, no?
Yes, I think it's 4 tournaments for Saka. Yeah, you're right. So it's just ridiculous right now. Like, guys, this is how I see England and Bellingham.
Well done.
Yeah, guys, this picture, that's how I see England and Bellingham. He's carrying them. He's carrying them. Yeah, that's how I see England and Jude Bellingham. He's carrying them.
He just makes everything look too easy, man. It's just ridiculous.
His
close control and strength is unbelievable.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
Go on, Saka, you're through. Great ball, Trent. Go on. Oh, it just wouldn't come down. Oh, free kick. What? Yes, thank you. Trent Alexander, bang this one in from 25 yards. I dare you. I double dare you, Trent. I'll tell you something. Between Saka and Bellingham, England have 2 major stars of world football.
Oh yeah. And
I'm not even including Foden in that, man, because I want to see Foden produce for England. The other 2 that I've mentioned, they've done it.
That's a free kick. How is that not? Oh yeah, it is a free
kick.
That is.
You give it.
Yeah. Referee didn't even look like he was interested there.
Oh, Saka.
Right, free kick to England, guys. 20 yards out. And that was all Saka, really. That was the way Saka was running into them in the box.
When it bounced up, it just wouldn't come down in time for him. But he done well to get a little header on it.
Yeah,
he fouled him.
So I just have to say, Ebony, what on earth are you doing working on your birthday?
Listen, I had to get rid of some shifts in order for me to not do a certain number of nights.
Mad.
Either do 7 nights or kind of like cut some and just do 2
And
nights.
Gay's
So
tiny. How tall's Gay?
I hear you, man.
He's tiny.
Foden's quite tiny as well. So is Trippier.
There's not much of a run up here, man. But that's rubbish, Alexander Arnold.
Right, it's coming for me. I'm on 29.2904.
You're going to see it in about 30 seconds.
So do you think that England will win it outright?
I think they've got a chance.
Yeah, me too.
I think they've got a chance. It all depends. If they can keep Saka and Bellingham fit and Foden plays, I think they can go a long way, because I think the two, Saka and Bellingham, have done it for England. If Foden can start firing, because Saka's running things, get to the byline again, little step over. Not that he goes past his man Bertram, if you're watching. Oh, Bellingham, stop it. Jesus Christ. This guy. He takes the ball on the turn with a back heel. The Serbian player was like, where did he go?
Nuts.
It's the answer that they always put.
Oh,
you're going to see it now,
18's
Apollo.
best. Oh, right, hold on. And then I'll come to 18's message.
You're going to see that little back heel, and the Serbian player was like, where did he go? It's a free kick. How's it not a free kick? Pushed him over. Nothing wrong with the challenge. It's in the back.
Bellingham's looking for Saka every time, man. He's looking for Saka every time.
Because he knows if he gives the ball to Saka, Saka can produce.
Yeah.
Yesterday was his first ever Euros game in his face. 31, 32.
Yeah, I see that, yeah. My son just said, Apollo, Danny Carvajal was his first ever Euros match at 31 years old, and he scored the opening goal, didn't he? Or the second goal.
31 years old, man. What kind of madness is that? Bellingham is just box office, bro.
Did you see that turn with the back heel that I was talking about?
Yeah, he's just box office.
But he just makes it look too easy, though. You know, it's like a training game for him. He's not even trying.
Yeah. So talented, man. 18 says, why has Ebony... Oh, God, my screen's gone funny. Why has Ebony got a double barrel name? Did she get married? There's just no hope for us. We're all doomed to find an Arsenal Lorette. Ebony, yes, you've got wet. Oh, so have you got West in your family?
Yes, my mother's West. So if I'm going to exist in this planet, I have to have both my parents' surnames. So that's why I've borrowed it. Yeah, so it's changed my depot.
So just a question for just a question to suit all the fellas out there. So if you get married, what are you going to do then?
It'll be a triple barrel surname.
Triple barrel.
Do you know what makes you laugh? I love the way everyone's disappointed because Ebony's all of a sudden got a double barrel surname, like she just got wed and didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, but you know what? Think of this
get married, you'll be invited.
Coming in. That's well defended. Who's that? Yeah, it's well defended there.
Ebony and a legion of admirers.
Yeah. No, but you know, before they used to be a bit naughty, but we've told them to behave themselves and respect the channel, which they do. And that's really the culture of 101 on the forum. You're like, they respect our females, right? So the thing is, Ebony knows who are the guys out there that like her. So if she wants to make a move, that's up to her. So she the guys know that don't run her down.
I think you're gonna say if she want to make a move, they got to go and see her. She's always at work.
No, they've been told to behave themselves. They've been told to behave themselves. Oh God!
Don't tell them what train station you work in, Ebony.
She already did, I think.
And I've never done it. Never will.
18 says shaking his head.
You turn up for work one morning, your whole office will be filled with flowers.
Oh Listen, he's lucky
I've got a
Andrew's not here,
stalker.
man. She's got Andrew stalking her, 18 stalking her. One time they saw her sitting near the window and they was like, no, don't throw your life away, Ebony. Oh,
It's only because I was smoking a cigarette.
yeah. Mad.
Oh, got away with that. Well done, Declan Rice. Covered well there.
Mm.
Oh, Bellingham, just stop making it look so easy. He's not even trying.
Yeah, but that's what you want in your players. Make it look easy.
He's just not even trying. It's just everything he does is so simple.
And he's young as well. So, you know, he's got the energy to do it. But I'm on 34-45.
35-40.
I'm on 35-15. Standout player so far in this half. Who's yours been, Gary?
Between Saka and Bellingham, really. I think they've both been as good as each other. One creates a goal, one scores a goal. But they've been the only two players really at the moment that have got anything about them. I mean, look, Bellingham there. He just gets back and nicks the ball. And he just stands there and waits for Rice to pass the ball back to him.
So
and then he's taken out.
So I did see a defender.
Oh, God. God, Saka. Yeah. Oh, Harry Kane, where are you, man? So Saka roasts his defender, gets to the line, crosses the ball, and I think it was Foden in the centre. Harry Kane was like 18 yards out on the edge of the area. That's another tapping miss, but Bellingham was taken out when he played the ball to Saka. Way back in his own half. He could have got on the end of that.
Yeah, you can see Saka's just roasting. And you know what it is? This isn't the Premier League, so you're not double teaming Saka. You're leaving him one-on-one, which is he's just going to light you up if you leave him one-on-one.
See, that's what I mean. I mean, Bellingham plays the ball to Saka. Saka roasts his defender. So it's them two, really, that have turned up. The rest of them might as well not be on the pitch.
All right, well, so here's my one, Gary.
Saka.
Mark Gehi, we just saw Serbia break twice in the first half, and who was there to stick their foot out to stop that?
He's done really well. He's only 5'11". I thought he was quite 6 foot plus.
Yeah, he's a quality player. But the thing is, remember when I said to you as the season was closed, is nobody wants to play Crystal Palace.
Yep.
Nobody wants to play them. They were turning teams over 4-0, 5-0. They were going on a tear. He was a big part of that. 29 passes attempted, 29 completed.
Oh, stop it, Bellingham. That's enough. I can't watch no more, Apollo. I can't. Bellingham, just stop it, mate.
But
he gets the ball. He gets the ball. He does some ludicrous turn, sidesteps a player, gets fouled, gets off the floor with the ball still at his foot, and then runs another 40 yards to the halfway line, overruns the ball, makes the ball, gets fouled, and wins a free kick.
And that's what you want in a player.
But that is ridiculous. You're going to see it now, Apollo.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. He just got brought to got brought to his knees, and he just got tripped over for a foul. To be honest, that he's the touch to put the ball away from his reach. He made that difficult for himself.
Oh, that was a clever little back pass.
Yeah, they've got Mitrovic, man. Mitrovic is a dangerous player.
Oh God.
Yeah, okay. Bellingham's now shaded Saka for my player of this first half so far with that little manoeuvre. It's just sick.
Bellingham was like knocked out.
Yeah, and as I said, I think Bellingham played the ball too far in front of him. If you look, he gets a real heavy touch.
Yeah, but he makes it and still makes the pass before he gets fouled.
Yeah.
And that if the player lets him run past, he's on the move into the box then.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is he getting his? No, he's not.
I thought he was as well, Benny.
But that was just like a collision, though. That wasn't really. Was it?
No,
Really
if you watch it, Ebony, the Serbia player's foot comes out and kicks him in the shin.
Yeah. I've just seen it in slow mo.
In slow mo, the right foot just comes out and kicks him in the shin.
Luca just hammered into Declan Rice there. England got so many skilled players. They're skilled all over the pitch. The wealth of quality England's got is just ridiculous.
I tell you something, if I didn't have the kids, I'd be in Germany.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How old are the children, if you don't mind me asking?
11 and 14.
Oh, you could have still gone.
No, only if you left them with
Who's going to look after the kids? I'm a single parent.
Oh,
Yeah, but what about Granny and Granddad?
I leave them with my mum. Jesus Christ, man. Well, don't beg. I might as well bring them to your house, Apollo.
Oh, I hear you.
I went to France '98, didn't I? That was an experience. I won a competition on Kiss Radio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was boys versus girls. So the girls had a shopping trip up in Oxford Street or somewhere like that. It was, and the boys' prize was a ticket to the opening England France. I'm sure it was England France. Yeah, it was England France. In '98, and it came down to a tiebreaker, and you got in the top 100 films. Where was Pulp Fiction? So I said to the DJ, I said, let the girls go first. He didn't hear me, so I said, boom, 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 the girls won. And then everyone in the radio station was going mad, saying, no, he said, he wanted the girls to go first. So they rewound the tape. The whole radio station shut down, right? Everyone was going mad. The phone lines were lighting up. So when they done it again, the question was, in the top 100 movies, where did Pulp Fiction come? And I think the girl said 64, and I went straight away. I went 63. It's closest to the one, innit? I went one under, and I think it was number 15 or something like that in the top 100 movies ever. And we won the trip. It was a mad time in France.
When Arsenal won the
that is nuts.
World
Yeah,
Cup.
We saw Jamaica, Japan.
Which Jamaica won 1-0.
Yeah, Jamaica. Yeah. 2-1.
Oh, was it 2-1?
Yeah, we won 2-1 that game. Yeah.
Stones, did he get booked? Did Stones get booked for kicking the ball away?
There's a lot of teams that haven't won a single game at the World Cup, and you know, Jamaica, we can boast that at least we've won a game there.
Yeah, France '98. That was when David James brought down Thierry Henry for the penalty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He come herring out of his goal, and there was no way he was going to get to the ball before Henry.
And David Beckham spilled out his anger against that Argentinian player whose name I can't remember.
Simone, weren't it? The athletic manager.
So we've got an injury down. Looks like they're going to make a sub.
Yeah, they've made a sub. He's got off. Okay, that's the one that Foden bodied. So Bellingham bodied.
I've just got to take my meds quick.
Oh, talking of that, Jackson, should have jipped me up, please.
All right, so you've got a substitute for Serbia.
If you can pronounce his name, Ebony, I'll give you £1. She left the room. She didn't want to pronounce his name. I don't know, the substitute, come on. Oh, stop it, Saka.
Toilet, to boil all cats.
Make sure there's water in there.
Yeah, was it the number 11 that got pulled off because of an injury?
Yeah. I don't know who came on.
Number 25.
What's his name?
I can't remember.
Right, guys, there's 2 minutes added on.
Well, I'm on 44, 45.
Yeah, 45-40. Pickford with a goal. Pickford with a goal kick. Trent, why push him over? Honestly.
Frustration.
It's just lazy, bad defending. No need to. There was 3 other England players around him, and he just pushed the guy to the ground.
Like you said, he can't defend. He's more of an offensive player. He can't defend.
Yeah, you don't want to keep giving these lot room to throw this ball into the box. Oh, jeez. So the cross comes in from Serbia. It misses Mitrovic, I think, or Valovic at the near post, and John Stones goes to clear it, and he kind of off his foot onto his knee, and it bobbled up in the air and just went wide of the post.
So that could have been 1-1.
Yeah, corner Serbia.
Serbia will score. You watch.
Look at that. The corner is tragic, and Bellingham is able to clear. But Serbia come again. And that's half time. He didn't even play. Yeah, he did play the 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes. That's half time. 1-0 England.
Right, so let's put the halftime banner up. Let's get headphones. Right, so what have we got here? We've got halftime. Let's change the banner. Halftime. Right, here we go. So the whistle's gone for halftime. To be honest, guys, it's pretty much gone to the form book where Serbia really haven't had enough to offer England on the back end. So it's really just about England imposing themselves on this game. And I have to say, apart from probably 3 players, the team have not played as well as you would hope. Bellingham's been great. Saka's been great. Gao's been fantastic at the back. The rest of the players have been okay. I thought Declan Rice had his moments. Apart from the one where he missed a tackle, he was quite solid outside of that, especially bringing the ball out of the backfield and making plays happen. But that sheet I showed you from Gehu showed 6 of his passes from the centre-back position has gone into the final third to start attacks. So that's really where that's how Bellingham and Saka's getting going. It's because of Gehu right now. Mark Gehu right now is really getting it done. Rio Ferdinand is just on there, so I'm going to turn it up.
Positivity with which we started, the confidence, and it was the most composed I've seen it for a while, really, in that stage.
Yeah. Teams, you're playing international sides. They're going to have spells in the game where they kind of.
You guys remember I met Rio on the last game of the season. He was in my video on the channel. I took a picture with him.
First 20-25 minutes, they were very dominant. They played like a proper.
That's Fabregas.
Big.
Yeah.
I was expecting, to see the reaction of the midfielders, the number 10s. What are they respecting their roles? Do they have freedom? We saw that they have clearly a lot of freedom. They're doing the 3+1 with Rice being the more positional guy, and after Trent, Bellingham, Foden as well, they have a lot of freedom. They move around with a lot of intelligence. I think they control the game very well. But for me to make that next step, to be a proper team, they need that consistency to believe that they are dominant and to keep doing it as much as possible during the game, not give opportunities to the others.
I think Mark Gay has been outstanding. He's coming to this team. There was a big talk about
he's talking about my guy, Mark Gay.
On set pieces, but the way how calm he is on the ball, his positioning, he's not rushing everything. I just think overall performance in the first half, he's been outstanding.
Yeah, he's been my player of the first half. He has.
It's been top joy. He's turned his fullback inside out at first half.
Most of England's threat has come.
Okay, let's pull that off. So again, we just got a little bit of analysis there from Fabregas, Rio Ferdinand, and Micah Richards. And Micah Richards really talking about what I said about Mark Gay, who I think he's been not just dominant at the back, but the success that Saka and Bellingham are having is really coming from him. He's had 6 passes into the final third. From the centre-back position.
He's been the best defender. He's been better than Stones. And Stones is just like... How he got into that side, I don't know.
Because they got no one else, man.
Yeah, and not just that. And not just that, but Stones hasn't played a lot of football. Like, he's not fit. This is his pre-season, to be honest. Because he has not played. Can we look how much John Stones...
He played towards the back end of the season for City, didn't he? He missed a chunk and then played towards the back end.
So, oh my God, John Stones, guess how many Premier League games he played last season?
15.
14. He started 12.
It was close.
He started 12 and came off the bench 4 times. He didn't play a lot of football, guys. You look at Saliba, played 3,700 minutes. John Stones has had 1,000 minutes. He ain't played a lot. So I think when the game started, I heard Gary talk about how he slipped and how he looked a bit dodgy. Well, he ain't played a lot of football. That's what I've got to say about it. But I'm glad they bigged up Mark Gay. I'm glad they bigged him up.
Yeah, I agree with your assessment. There's kind of been 3 players that have kind of excelled themselves, and the rest of them have just done the bare minimum.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Foden's been quiet. Kane's been quiet. Trent Alexander has been DS.
Foden,
I think it's difficult because we watch Arsenal all the time. It's difficult because we, in our minds, we compare everything to watching Arsenal, but it doesn't work that way, does it?
No.
But like what Fabregas said, when you're being dominant, all the players have to realise that they're being dominant, and you have to step it up and make your dominance count. But that's what Arsenal do. That's what City do. That's what Liverpool do. You make your dominance count. When you're dominating, you don't let the other team have a sniff. And then you get 1 goal, and that gives you the confidence to go forward and get another one and another one. And we've created a couple of half chances, but there hasn't been anyone there to finish them off.
This is not good, This is why I don't really follow international football too much. We're just getting reports out. First of all, Cam says Foden and Bellingham playing the occupant space would be and also Kane's up against 3 centre halves who are playing well against him. He says, you're right, Apollo. Good first half of game. Biggest match of his career. Cam is reporting, and I don't have the mic turned up very well.
Monkey chants.
Yeah, he's saying that there's a lot of racist chants coming from Serbian fans.
There will be from Serbia.
Yeah, aimed at Jude and Saka mostly.
That's why if you watch when Jude Bellingham scores, he goes with his ear making that, I can hear you, bomb, 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 there's a goal. And that's the best way to hurt these idiot people, man. Just let your football do the talking.
Yeah. So sad. So
You know,
sad.
you know what it is, though, Apollo? It is extremely sad, but at the same time, FIFA need to ban these countries completely. Not play a game behind closed doors, because when the fans come back, they're going to do exactly the same. Kick them out. Kick them out of football completely. You can't sort the
Yeah.
problem. We'll sort it for you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Now, what are you going to find them? €20,000? Like they care. Play a game behind closed doors. They still don't care, because the fans come back and they do it again. Or
Yeah.
if it's during the game, just award the game to the opposition as soon as it's heard by the match officials. Award the game to the opposition. Job done.
So I talked about Mark Gayhew, 29 passes, 29 completions, 6 passes into the final third to start attacks. On the flip side of that, let's look at the England captain. You can sum this one up for us, Gary?
Exactly what you'd expect from Harry Kane. He's listen, I think Harry Kane's still lucky to play for England, to be honest. He's a great goal scorer, but he's up against 3 centre backs. But how many times have we seen Harry Kane dropping deep into the 10, playing balls in behind for people running on? We haven't seen that tonight. You know, affect the game. Don't be a Haaland. That's my new saying, by the way. Don't be a Haaland. Affect the game. You know,
we used to say that about Aubameyang.
you know, you got to affect the game in some way or form. You're a great player. You know, what you're showing me here tonight is that you're coming to the end of being a great player. Right, you've gone to Germany, you scored a bag for the goals, but
and won nothing.
And won nothing. Yeah, but that league is pretty much mediocre at best. You know, you've got a couple of good teams.
I'm not being funny, but I when it comes to management, I would be ruthless. You've got this from your captain. Now, let's just remember, David Beckham used to be England's captain, and he used to run himself ragged for the team. Yep. He used to carry us by the scruff of the neck over the line. Arsenal's captain's Martin Odegaard. Every game he puts a shift in. Just one player of the season. Harry Kane is England's captain in a must-win tournament. It's actually probably his last tournament. Because how old is Harry Kane now?
Probably 32, isn't he?
I think it's about 31, 30.
Oh, he'll be playing the next World Cup is what you guys are telling me.
Do a Google search.
So he's talking about Harry Kane, Apollo. Listen to this. My son told me he asked to come on in the last game when England got the penalty because he wanted to take it. Apparently, that's what Gareth Southgate said. He asked to come on because he wanted to take the penalty instead of Cole Palmer.
Ew.
Well, he's yeah, that's nuts.
Harry Kane wanted to come on in the last whoever Cole Palmer scored against before Iceland, weren't it? Harry Kane wanted to come on and take the penalty because he was a sub in that game.
He's 30.
So, yeah. Let's open these tracks up again and get the. For some reason, my channel just went off. It's come back again.
I mean, if you give Harry Kane chances, he will score goals.
Oh yeah, he scored 36 goals and had 8 assists in 32 games, but he ain't turned up today.
I told you he was quiet. He's been quiet.
Yeah, and so for me, if I'm Southgate, I'm walking in the dressing room. I'm saying, Harry, can I have a word with you outside for a moment? I'm saying, in 45 minutes in a major tournament that we have to win as the England team, you being the captain, you've touched the ball twice. Twice. You've had no shots, no touches in the opposition box. What are you doing?
He's basically what he's doing is he's basically waiting for the ball to come to him. He's not fighting for it. He's not like a Rooney player.
There's been quiet and then there's been non-existent, and I'm afraid he's been non-existent.
I would say to him, I'll give you 10 minutes in the second half to show me that you deserve to be here. Otherwise, I'm bringing Ollie Watkins on. Seriously, I would just be ruthless.
Yeah, but
I think the top class managers have to be ruthless, though, don't they? You don't get anywhere by carrying. I mean, look what Arteta's done. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Ozil. You ain't towing the line. Goodbye. That's ruthless. That's what a manager should be. That's what brings success.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you bring an Ollie Watkins on in this game, he'll run himself ragged. He'll run the channels. He'll swap with Saka. He'll get on the end of things.
That's unbelievable. That's just unbelievable. And so the biggest thing for me as well, guys, is and we talked about what happens when Saka plays in the Premier League. Every manager knows that you cannot put one defender on Saka because he will rinse you inside out. So every game that Martinelli and Saka plays, they're faced with double teams. And Saka's been absolutely rolling his defender. He's been rolling him. He has absolutely had the best of him. He's turned him inside out. And so England need to keep going back to that well. They need to keep going straight back for that biscuit from the biscuit tin and keep running him ragged because they cannot defend Saka. They can't.
Yeah, but see, when Saka gets the ball, Harry Kane needs to make himself available in the box. You know, not be penalty spot, not be on the edge of the box. Get yourself in and around the 6-yard box where you can get yourself a couple of tap-ins. You live for scoring goals, mate. That's all you've got in your life. You might win the league next year in Germany, but if Leverkusen play like they did last year, you ain't got an hope.
Yeah, and look, lightning in a bottle. I'm not sure whether they will play like that. The unbeaten invincibles, that only happens one in a lifetime. So,
not even so much. They've only got to beat Bayern twice, isn't they? They can afford to lose a game.
That's right. Guys, this is Jude Bellingham's touch map. Let me get rid of this for a second so you can actually have a look at it. This is Jude Bellingham's touch map. That is incredible. That is incredible. What, guys, if I was to ask you, what position does this guy play? None of you would be able to tell me. In fact,
you would say he's a 6.
Well, I don't know. Look, honestly, Gary, look at, mind you, yeah. But this
you say he's a 6 because all the defensive work. I'm assuming that. Hold on, I'm assuming that the one to the right where the single dot is Jordan Pickford's goal, right?
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know which way it's round this is.
Yeah, well, obviously England were playing right to left. Yes. So you can see he's filled up the right back spot quite a bit, and that's
no, it's the other way, Apollo, because he scored the goal where the single dot is.
Oh, so how can they have done
that?
Because
that's where he scored the goal from, because he didn't score it from the other two, did he?
Yeah, so that means that they've got this the wrong way round then, haven't they?
Yeah, so he scored the goal to our right. So all them touches there are in the attacking half, the Serbia half, and the other touches are in the England half.
So he's playing more like a number 8.
Yeah.
Because if you was to say to me that's a number 8, I'd be happy with that. I would go in at half time and say, yeah, you're a number 8. You facilitated support on the left winger. You've come over and helped with the overloads on the right. And then you've picked the ball up in transition in this area. So for me, you've done what I expect a number 8 to do.
Yeah, but considering he's playing 10 and he's still done that, that's even more impressive.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, so second half is underway.
Yeah, I got that. So my prediction in this game was 3-0 England. What are you happy with the first half, and how do you think it's gone?
I'm happy going in 1-0 up. I'm happy with the performance of the 3 that we've mentioned: Bellingham, Saka, and Gay. I just want to see England step it up a bit. You know, I mean, we should have really, really and truly been 3 up You know, the chances that Saka's created, he's put two great balls, one great ball into the box, which we scored from, another one which there was no one in to tap it in. Walker's put one in when there was no one to tap it in. So, you know, that's three clear-cut chances. We've taken one of them. Would a Germany only be 1-0 up now?
Yeah. True,
You know, would a Spain only be 1-0 up now?
Well, we're doing kicking him like that to start or not.
So I just want to see like levels up from certain players. Like Foden, is he even on the pitch?
No.
Yeah.
He's been quiet.
Was that Bellingham that played that ball? Oh, Harry Kane's touched it. Yes, 2 touches, 3 touches. Oh, and he hit the ref. He was just playing the ball through for who's the right back? Carl Walker, and he hit the ref. But that's what I'm saying. Harry Kane dropped deep, affect the game from other areas.
He's probably told that in the changing room because he's trying to play like a Haaland.
The only danger with Jude Bellingham is that he tries to do too much instead of just keeping it simple.
I'm just typing my Premier League guys saying that Jude is carrying this team. Have I lost my... No, I've got it right here.
Oh, come on, Kane. You've got to hold it better than that, Harry Kane. I'll get Foden off the pitch, man. Foden is... What's he... He's not even... Look, just give up running. Look, ain't even... That's terrible.
What's going on, Tony? Hope everything is
what
okay,
a tackle,
bro.
what a tackle, Declan Rice.
Yeah, Declan's coming in big now with the muscle and the metal. He's starting to add that steel in the midfield. What's going on, Tony? Hope everything is good with you, bro.
And Saka muffed his pass there, man.
Tony, you missed the Kevin Campbell tribute as well, which was really nice before the game. Tony also knew Kevin was really close as well. A good friend of Kevin Campbell's as well. Would have been nice to hear Tony say a few nice things.
Jeez, Trippier got away with that. Was that John Stones?
Yeah.
No, that's terrible, man.
No, it's gone for Saka's again. Saka's is he's 1-on-1, but defender's got a better angle on him.
He muffed the pass.
Yeah, almost got through.
Yeah. I think Saka's got to go backward with that one rather than forward.
He has as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Gary, you're going to like this. All right. I'm going to give this one to Gary again.
What?
Right. I've done 2 there for Gary. Let's put another one up. Right. Let's put another one up, shall we? Here we go. Right. Let's go. Okay. I said Gary. Right, Gary. England now just with the ball here. Right, Gary, talk us through that.
What's this?
Number 1 in touches, number 1 in duels 1, fouls 1, passes into the final third completed.
Just Jude Bellingham, isn't it?
He's topping every single
and
Trent's
lost it again, and here comes Serbia, and Trent gets back to make up for his mistake.
I mean, they're almost playing with 3 at the back, right? They're almost playing. Because you've got that support up there for Saka. Let's have a look. Yeah,
Bellingham's just having a stormer, isn't he? This is what world class players do.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see Saka's stats as well.
Oh, that's true. I wonder if I can get hold of those.
And Foden's.
I think Foden's will be very low, to be honest.
Foden's would be like Kane's, I reckon. Maybe he's
Yeah.
touched the ball more. Maybe he's touched the ball more times. Oh, Jude Bellingham again, man. He does a Cruyff turn on the touchline and still gets the pass away to Declan Rice while he's on the ground. Harry Kane looks dead.
He needs to come off. That's what needs to happen.
I think he might be tired. I mean, the thing is, if you look at the game now, England seem to be sitting off them a little bit. And I think maybe Southgate needs to look at his bench because we're just sitting off a little bit too much and the game is coming to
You got
Serbia.
turned. Oh, that should have been 1-1, man.
Yeah, the game is starting to come to Serbia a little bit. I think it's time we make some subs. Gary, who would you bring on?
I would take off Harry Kane and bring on Ollie Watkins. You need some legs up front, you know, balls into the channel. There's a couple of times Harry Kane's tried to chase it. He's just got no pace.
So we've got Konsa, Dunk, Gomez, Gallagher, Wharton, Manu.
I would probably bring Kobe Mainoo on for Trent.
Aaron Gordon, Watkins, Bowen, Eze, and Palmer.
Yeah, I would probably bring who did I just say? Manu on for Trent, because Manu gives you that transition play and he gives you legs.
Ooh, here comes Serbia.
Yeah, that should have really been 1-1.
I thought Mitrovic, what's he doing with that pass there? I thought he should have had a go on target. Yeah, England are wobbling a little bit here, guys.
But see, this is what I mean about Southgate. You come out, you've in total domination in the first half. You come out in the second half, and you've allowed Serbia to take the initiative straight away. It's not a foul.
The thing is, though, they've got Vlahovic
And he's left Madison at home.
And they've got Mitrovic. They've got guys up front who can score, Gary.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. But take the initiative in the game from the get-go. You know, Foden's non-existent. Harry Kane's non-existent. It's like England are really playing with 9 players.
Yeah, I can see a little bit of shift in momentum here in the game. England's starting to lose their grip on the game. And you can see now how heavy Serbia is in the press. What this needs, you
just get across there.
You just need to get control of the midfield area here now. Foden wins a free kick there.
No, he didn't. It wasn't a free kick.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. It wasn't a free kick.
Come on.
Serbia's starting to grow in this game. The confidence is getting higher and higher. You know what's funny about this, Gary? I'm watching this on my Xbox, and if you can see, I'm getting invites from other people on my friends list to come in.
To play Call of Duty.
Yeah. Destiny 2, actually. Destiny 2.
Harry Kane looks he just looks like he just doesn't look fit.
Yeah, he's really struggling.
He just doesn't look fit.
Yeah.
He won't. What, Southgate's love child? He ain't coming off.
He's the captain. He can't come off. Oh, yes, he can. I think my player of the game so far has actually been Bellingham. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think he's just outdone Gay and Saka for me.
Yeah.
I should have let that go, Trent. That's a great switch, Trent. Stop it. Well done, Trippier. Good control. Now go from here. Kane's playing the 10 now. No one in the centre. Oh, and Trent shot on target from 30 yards. Keeper pushes it out. Jude Bellingham, stop it. Sorry, man. Jude Bellingham is gone. Oh, you got to shoot first time, man. Right foot, Jude. He tried. He does an outrageous piece of skill, right? And plays the ball backwards. It's played out to Trent. He crosses the ball to Bellingham. He takes a touch. Really, he's just got to sweep it in with his right foot as it comes. And then the chance has gone. He's tackled in the area.
I thought we scored the way that you went crazy there, Gary.
No, man. But it was the outrageous bit of skill that he done on the edge of the area. He's coming with the back flicks and everything now. Look, he's showboating. 56 minutes gone, Bellingham showboating. See, I don't like this. I don't like this.
Not to England.
Huh?
55-50.
56-51. I don't like this showboating. When the game's all dead and won, then you can do what you want. Until that point, don't give them any opportunity or fire in their belly to come back into the game.
Yeah, agreed.
Saka's come central now.
Yeah, you can see England, so they're just trying to slow the game down a little bit
So
now.
Saka's playing the 9 now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, other results, guys. Netherlands beat Poland 2-1 and Denmark drawed Slovenia 1-1.
Did you watch the Slovenia? I know you was out, weren't you?
Yeah, I was out, so I missed the game.
So I watched that Sesko, innit?
Yeah, I heard that you're not impressed with him.
It took me 13 minutes to go off him, man.
What?
You know what, right?
He's raw, isn't it? He's raw.
Do you know what it is? We see what Havertz does, right? And the work that the guy gets through playing the 9, playing the 8, or whatever he's played, playing the 9, he tracks back. This Sesko, all he did, he didn't track, he didn't run after no one. He just stood there. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Game?
No. He had opportunities to track back and chase someone. He didn't even bother. He had 2 fantastic shots. One hit the post, and he was shooting with like 0 backlift. And I mean, 0. Oh, John Stones, you got done, mate. That's a penalty. That's a penalty, I'm telling you.
To who?
That's going to VAR.
Oh, shit, Serbia.
That's a penalty to Serbia. Jordan Pickford has come out feet first. John Stones gets done for pace. He should never have get done. Oh, let me look at that again, man.
I'm not even there yet. It's the problem with this.
Oh, no. Do you know what it was? Trippier put his body across Mitrovic. And anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. Because he puts his body across and he trips Mitrovic up.
Oh.
And I thought it was Pickford that come out feet first, but Trippier's got across him and cut him off. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. That's a free kick. That's obstruction.
Oh. Wasn't that Pickford?
No, I thought it was Pickford, but it wasn't. It was Trippier stepped across him. And I'm telling you now, that's a foul. Anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul.
Let's watch it again.
Wow.
It's
no penalty. What's good? So no penalty given, and Serbia are making the substitution.
They got away with that one.
Yeah, 100%. Anywhere else, you see that, Apollo, anywhere else, that is a free kick all day long.
Yeah, got away with that one.
You're not playing the ball. You've stepped across the man. You've taken the man. That is a penalty. Is that Nikola Jovic?
Yeah, I think they got away with that one.
And they're taking Mitrovic off for Dejan Tadic, and I think it's Nikola Jovic.
Wow.
Luka Jovic, same. That's his brother.
Wow. Yeah, got away with that one, guys.
Yeah, without a shadow.
Yeah. Shout out to Rich. Richard said belief and confidence from the coach and players will be hugely telling in this tournament. Where do you guys figure England are in those stakes? I think England are good enough to make the semi-final, but that's about it. Can they win it? Yeah, of course. I think they can. They've definitely got the talent to win it. But it really is out of a bunch of teams like Spain. Germany are playing the best football I've seen them play. The problem with Germany is they're fallen by the wayside in regards to teams like Holland and all of that. So you wouldn't expect them to be the upper echelon. So for me, it's still going to be Spain, England, France. I think those are, for me, the top three favourites that I have to win the tournament.
I think with France, though, it all depends, because normally their camp implodes, doesn't it? Somewhere along the line in tournament football, someone gets sent home and it all just goes wrong. But I mean, Germany looks okay, but they was playing Scotland, so Spain looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, watch out. I mean, you got to talk about Italy, though, innit?
Yeah, Italy looked really good, solid defensively, good going forward. I don't think England can win it. I think just this, like, it's the first game in the tournament, but I think this second half here so far tells you why England can't win it. You know, you're sitting back, you're allowing Serbia to come against the better teams. You'd be probably 2-1 down by now, or 1-1. You know, if you're in the ascendancy, make it count. And in this second half, we haven't even looked like the team we did in the first half.
Yeah,
all that showboating back heels and all this from Benningham, but go and get the game won, man. You know, Serbia playing with confidence, knocking the ball back.
Yeah, in saying that, though, they are 1-0 up, they're winning, and that's what they got to do, right? They got to win their games.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first game. I can understand you don't want to. You don't want to lose it. You don't really want to draw it. So you're kind of holding on to the hope that you can nick one on the break here. But I just think you just got to be more positive.
Yeah,
you know, you had Saka was roasting his guy. Oh, look at what a backflip that is. Saka was roasting his guy for fun. All Pickford stay.
Yeah, I think it's Spain. What's that?
No, I was just wondering who else is in England's group?
Denmark and Slovenia.
Have we lost that? Yeah, sorry about that, Ebony. Go on. What did you say?
No. Gary answered it. Slovenia and Denmark are in England's group.
I mean, Denmark looked okay. Denmark looked a decent team.
They do, but I class them around Switzerland, Croatia, Belgium level, and Netherlands, Holland. I class them around their level. For me, the upper level teams are Italy, Spain, Portugal, Germany, France, England.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think that's where you're going to get the winner from.
I mean, Serbia here, it's only a matter of time before they create a proper chance. England need to really get. I mean, Foden, come on, man! Oh my God, what a turn! Oh, Tadic with a fantastic turn. He plays in that Jovic, and he can't control it. I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know why he's trying to control it.
Yeah,
he could have just swept that in with his right foot.
So England made substitutions there. It looks like they're making subs.
No, nothing. Well done, Harry Kane. Great control under mad pressure. Yeah, Conor Gallagher's getting ready to come on.
Yeah, I think he's going to replace. I'd take off Trent because remember I said to you about where you're going to go with that Trent thing is if you're in an easy game you think you can win, you play Trent. If you don't and you need to play a more balanced team, then you got to take him off. Yeah, you got to take him off if that's what you're going with.
Trent, get the ball under control, man.
Is it Trent coming off?
I think it will be, but they take the free kick, right? It's rolled into Kane, who rolls it to Trent, and his first touch is terrible. And he allows the defender to get in and England have a corner. But if he controls that, he can shift it out to his right foot and he gets a shot on target.
Yeah.
He was literally one-on-one. All he had to do was control the ball.
Yeah. Richard said, BBC Shearer and co. I have none of it. Not interested in the penalty shout. I found it tough to support England due to the fans and pundits' arrogance, a sense of entitlement over the years. Thoughts? Well, Gary's probably in the same boat as you. Personally, for me and Ebony, I've sort of fallen out of love with it because of all the racism towards the black players. So to be honest, I haven't watched England play in quite a while. I think the last time I watched England play a full game was in the World Cup when I was doing it here with you guys. I'm normally watching Jamaica play. There 2 games in the last week, World Cup qualifiers. I was on Bertram's new YouTube channel doing a stream with him.
Great cross.
So, it's just one of those things. It's embarrassing, really, for us to be having them conversations. But for something like this, regardless how you feel about it, this is where they need the support. This is where they need the support by the country to get behind them. It's just a shame we're hearing monkey chants in the stadium again.
I mean, do you know what it is, Paul? I mean, every competition, England, they all promise so much and they always fail to deliver. And it gets to the point where you're thinking, I mean, look at the performance tonight. You've had 3 players that have really kind of stood up to be counted. And where are the rest of them?
Yeah, and those are obviously happening. I mean, they're not losing this game and they're not drawing. So that's the thing at the moment here. At the moment they're winning. They're not playing well.
I mean,
it's the first game.
Ball.
It's the first game in a major tournament. Let's be honest. But
Trippier plays Rice into trouble there. He gives him the ball near to the area, and he's got 3 players around him, and there's no outlet.
I think the frustration is you see Spain.
Yeah, so Trent off and Gallagher on. Sorry, Trent off, Gallagher on.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I called it before that you got to take him off because the balance is just not there. And I said before, Spain, Italy, Germany really coming out in this tournament, banging 3 or 4 goals in. Germany 5 goals from them.
Yeah, but that comes down to the coach, though, Apollo, doesn't it? The coach sends them out there to play a certain way. Gareth Southgate is cautious first.
Yeah.
And then everything comes off the back of that.
It's for me, it's always going to be both. It's a manager and the players. It's got to be both, isn't it? It always is. There's never a situation where it's one or the other, because one bounces off the other. If the players are playing well, then the coach is able to do more things with them.
No,
at the moment,
I disagree. I think if you've got a philosophy on how football's played, right? So. Take Arsenal, for instance, because we watch Arsenal on a regular, right? Yeah. So you've got Arteta. We get the defensive side of the game, but we've also got the flair side of the game, yeah? So we'll play the short passing game, bomb, and off we go. Germany basically done the same. Spain done the same. Italy done the same to a certain degree, but then when they had to defend, they dug in. England dig in, but they don't have the progression to Pickford. Why haven't you caught that? They don't have the progression to go bish bash bosh bosh bosh.
Yeah, that's happening in this game though. That's what I'm saying. But as overall, you've got to give him credit. He's got to semi-final and the final of 2 major tournaments. So he can't be that bad. He can't be that bad, can he, Darren Southgate? Gareth Southgate. He can't be that bad. He's got this team to major depths in tournaments. So he's not like a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he's based his whole game is based on defense and a tiny bit of flair. It's not. It's hard to explain. He's so cautious.
Did you just see Pickford come out and punch that when he could have caught it?
I don't know why he didn't catch that. I think sometimes when you're too cautious, it's hard to go back the other way.
Why has he done that when they just showed a replay of it? Well, look at why has he done that?
He should have caught that all day long. So free kick, England. Who's taking it?
God. Cam says, Richard, Serbia don't care about Mark and Foden and would much rather stick 2 men on Saka and Kane. Richard says, Gary, Denmark not beating that Slovenian team was very disappointing. It's relatively easy group. Would you agree?
I don't know if there's such a thing as an easy group in this stage of the competition because all the minnows have gone out. Slovenia didn't look all that. Denmark look a tidy outfit. I think it just depends what philosophy you go out and play with. You know, I mean, how is Foden still on this pitch? 71 minutes. You know, you've got Eze. You've got Anthony Gordon. You're not happy to let that go out for a throw, John Stones. You're happy to let the ball go out for a throw. You're halfway inside your own half, but you're happy to let that go out for a throw.
So can I answer that question? Richard's question.
Yep.
I mean, like you, Apollo, I can't support England.
Well played, Saka.
For the same reasons. But then also what you've got to remember is that the press, particularly the printed press, are in on it as well.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
perpetuating it.
Yeah, they do perpetuate it. I mean, if you take the Iceland game, which they lost, whose image was on that cover, was on the covers of the papers? It was Saka.
Yeah, who played 25 minutes.
It came on 68 minutes, and you're showing a picture of Saka. So basically, what you want to do is you want to repeat 2021 again. So
they did this to Raheem Sterling. They did this to Raheem Sterling, and I think I can handle the monkey charts. The Serbians, they're a piece of shit. Yeah, because and not all of them. Just as you know, there's a section of their fan base piece of shit. Yeah, so it is what it is. But I can handle.
Apollo, you're going to see something come up 73-20, right? Bellingham has just done exactly what Trippier done in the box.
Yep.
And the referee give free kick.
And so Ebony, you can handle that. But what you can't handle is that some of our own fans are starting to do that, bash them on Twitter.
They've been doing it for years.
And then the media pile in on it, and it just becomes a circus. And that's why. Yeah,
but England have been doing that since before you and I were born. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the monkey chants are not new. The only thing that's new-ish is the fact that it's now done online and people can hide behind, you know, a laptop or a phone or a tablet. So, and because the press, you know.
Look, there's no outball. Someone give him an outball, Harry Kane. Get past him.
How is that a foul on Bellingham? Oh.
But that's exactly what Trippier done, right? Stepped across the guy, took his foot, free kick.
Oh, God.
But one wasn't a penalty. How does that work?
Yeah, I agree with you, Ebony. I agree. Cam says, so far, I feel like I've seen Foden and Bellingham show frustration at the rate of closing things down. They got to be a part of that. Cam says, Richard, there's no point playing Foden if you're wanting to carry Trent Alexander. Trent Alexander has no one to hit but Trippier on the overlap. Saka attracts attention, gives space for runners, but Kane and Foden can't run. That's a good point.
But Foden can run. He's not Bowen's coming on for Bowen for Saka. Bowen for Saka. You're taking off one of your best players and you've still got Foden on the pitch who's done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's a shocking substitution. He should have taken off Foden.
Listen, I like Bowen. I've got nothing against Bowen, but in my book, Foden should have been long down that tunnel in the bath in his suit or back at the hotel having a coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, this is nuts, man. I don't know. I mean, from the early goal, is it England? Is it the one thing I see with England as a team has always been when they score early and then it goes flat. And
Yeah,
then,
but it wasn't no Apollo. It was in the first one we scored, and then Saka was having the runner play down his side, and there was no one there to finish it. Walker put it across, no one to finish it. Owen gets to the line. Oh! The keeper saved that. Harry Kane, underside of the bar. I don't know if the keeper saved it. Bowen got the cross, and Harry Kane head up, and
what has Hawkeye said?
I don't see it again. Yeah, what a save that is. What a save. He headed it back across, and the reaction to the keeper, he pushes it onto the bar, and it's nowhere near over the line. But what a save that is.
And the ball was delivered by Bowen, wasn't it?
By Bowen, yeah. But that's the first time in the second half that England have produced a cross. Wow. First time. First time we got our man one-on-one, and the cross was good.
Well, Bowen comes on and makes an immediate impact.
But was that not the crossbar?
Yeah, it came off the crossbar. Yeah, it was a save. It was a save. Yeah, it was a save. Goalie pushed it on the crossbar.
Come on, Harry. Harry Kane just looks like he's running in treacle. He just no energy, no stamina. I don't know if he's.
And you know what, guys? I think that was a good substitution, Bowen, for Saka, because Saka's been running hard all game, and in order to save him for the rest of the tournament, Bowen comes on, makes an immediate impact.
Bellingham, someone get this kid off the pitch, man. He is just embarrassing them. He's just done that at walking speed. Oh, Foden. Jesus Christ. So Bellingham does an amazing bit of skill. He plays Harry Kane through. Harry Kane runs 40 yards, back heels it to Foden. Foden's got Gallagher 10 yards square. The pass finds the only Serbian player in the whole vicinity of the pitch. That is embarrassing. Trippier's down, and I think that's his tournament over. I'm going to say he's done his hamstring.
So Cam says Foden has shown why he's a passenger in big games. So shy and meek on the ball, can't settle it at all. There's no threat down the left at all, and not even any control. So what's the point in Foden? I think we're going really harsh in on Foden. But he's not played well, I agree. But why? I mean, why don't you get Cole Palmer on the pitch?
It goes back to what I said upon it. It goes back to the fact that you see him do this for Man City week in, week out. The star player, they don't miss De Bruyne because Foden's doing this, that, and the other. And then you put an England shirt on, and he looks like he's never played football before.
Yeah, I mean, Cole Palmer, I think. Cole Palmer, man.
Trippier may have just had cramp because, he's got cramp.
Yeah,
Do you know when you see a player lay on the floor and they put their hands behind their hands over their eyes, you never think it's good news. But he's got cramp. He's taken on some fluids and he's stretching his leg out on the holdings.
Cam says if Palmer was on the pitch, the game would be going in a different direction. Period. I think he's going in hard on Foden.
Yeah, but it's always a different system though when you're playing for your country, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you're a player, you're a player. You can play in any system. When you get the ball, it's up to you to do something with it. I mean, look at that. Oh, what happened there? Oh, free kick.
Some players, though, notoriously have never played well for their country.
No. That's what I said earlier. John Barnes lived on the goal against Brazil, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Peter Beardsley. There's been loads that have never made the transition.
Yeah.
But I think it's up to the manager to say, look, you've had 70 odd minutes, you ain't done it. Get off, get someone else on. I mean, Foden doesn't really bring anything defensively, does he?
Well, he's not a defensive player. That's why I said Saka's the much better. Yeah.
And look, Harry Kane. Harry Kane can't chase the ball. I mean, he's not going to sub Harry Kane off. That's a given. But Harry Kane should have done better to close that down then. Oh, what a save, Jordan Pickford. What a save that is. So the ball gets played in. It's headed out. I don't know who was that. Valovic. Shot straight down Pickford's throat. He gets up and he tips it over the bar. But that all come about because Harry Kane couldn't chase the ball. He was like Great Uncle Bulgaria trying to amble after the ball, man, on Wimbledon Common. Fall of Serbia.
Yeah, it's a good save.
And it's headed off the line by Harry Kane. I think Pickford had it covered anyway.
Just seen it.
What? That's a great fingers.
That kind of reminds me of David Seaman against Sheffield United or Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, Richard says, great coverage, guys. This is Rich Post Sports. Reason. Oh, you've changed the tag. Reason Boss, by the way, help mark out our cards. Was Gareth right to give Saka, Rashford, Sancho pence in euro? It's the strength of Southgate impartially. I think he was. When your manager thinks you're ready, that's showing, you know, he's empowering them, isn't he? And Saka has converted, I believe it's 12 out of 14 penalties for Arsenal. So Saka's only missed 2 penalties out of 14 for Arsenal since the Euros. And actually, when I think about it, Saka's penalties have improved. They're getting better and better. I didn't think he was a great penalty taker in 2023. But in 2024, Saka's penalties are starting to look better.
I think penalties are just a lottery, man. Penalties are just a lottery.
Yeah, I think, but there is a way you take them, though, that make them unsavable. And so when you drag it...
Yeah, but you're saying that, but then look at Harry Kane. He missed the penalty in the biggest penalty that he's ever taken, and he missed.
I agree, but normally he's automatic on those.
Yeah, but so there it goes. Penalties are a lottery, no?
Yeah. Oh, Ivan Toney's hit 28 out of 29 penalties. Some people are just.
Was it Matt Letizia only missed 1 in his whole career, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Kai Havertz only missed 1 penalty in the Premier League. In the amount of games he's played in the Premier League, and he takes really. Did you see Havertz's penalty last night?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's hard. The goalkeeper has to move before he hits the ball. Otherwise, he's not. That's it. That's his thing. You move, I shoot, and he does really well with it.
That wide again. Harry Kane, come on.
Some players are just good at them.
Cam says
England has produced some wonderful players over the years, but have also had their fair share of lousy ones. Francis Jeffers as well.
He was useless for us as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Sturkovic squaring up to the UEFA, the 4th official. He's run up to him right in his face. Oh, so Manu's coming on. They're taking Bellingham off for Manu.
Ooh, so remember when I said to you that these games are coming thick and fast and they're starting to rest players? I think that we're going to see that. It's getting sloppy from England. It's getting sloppy. So Arsenal target Valovic. What do you think of him? I don't think much.
I ain't really seen enough of him, to be honest.
Yeah,
1 shot, which was probably a routine save for Pickford, it was right down his throat.
Richard says, Uncle Bulgaria, are we identifying scapegoats? Harry Kane, Mr. Foden coming in for some early stick, was relegated to watching the game on my personal phone. Oh, okay, I hear that. Look, Gary doesn't like the performance today from England. I'm a little bit more neutral in the sense that it's not been a great performance, but winning is what it's all about. And you've got your guys like Bellingham, who's just going off now. He's had a good game. Saka's been really, really good. Gayu's been good. Second half from England as a whole hasn't been good. And that is Serbia. International teams, no game is easy, guys. And Serbia's just coming to the
in answer to that question, from my point of view, I think when we do the streams, whether it be England, Jamaica, Arsenal, whoever, we're not panning people just for the sake of panning them. We just call it as we see it.
Yeah, of course.
So, you may disagree with something that I may say. I may disagree with something that you say, but we're just giving our honest opinions of what we're viewing on the pitch.
That's right.
So in my point of view, Foden has just done his best thing ever, and it's taken him 87 minutes to pick up the ball and run with it.
And don't get me wrong, he's getting a 5 today.
But
he's getting a 5 out of 10. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah.
I mean, when you see him run with the ball now, Apollo, you're going to think to yourself, why is it taking 87 minutes for him to do that?
Yeah.
Harry Kane ambling around. If he gets out and presses the guy, then that Vlahovic shot may not become a chance.
So in that move there, Foden's just run into 3 players. He's picked up the ball. He's got the ball. You can see he's picked up the ball and he's decided to run into 3 players. Now there was available passes that he could have gone to anywhere across the pitch, but he decides, I'm going to pick up the ball, I'm going to run into traffic, and I'm going to go and get fouled. Okay. And that's the story of his game. So that's why I said to you, can talk about...
Here comes Serbia, England are pending.
That's why I said you can talk about the manager as much as you like, but if you're a player and you're doing that on the pitch, come on, man.
Shot was miles wide.
It's been a real mixed bag from England.
England, the commentator talking about England being indebted to their goalkeeper. He made 1 save.
And let's be fair, Serbia's goalkeeper's been far the busy. I mean, that Kane header, if Kane puts that anywhere else, it's going in. It could have even hit the underside of the crossbar and gone in still. So, yeah, if you place it on merit, England's probably just edged it as the better team. They've had the better chances.
Go on, Bowen.
Just wide. Yep, just wide.
Foden's give it away again.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of poor play in transition. I really have. And that's why I talked about Mike Gehu in the first half. He was just really good in transition. And no one else has been. Cam
4 minutes added on. 4 minutes added on. 4 minutes.
Yeah. Cam's here talking about Pickford needs to stop giving the ball back to them. What the F?
But he's hitting Harry Kane, who's surrounded by 3 players.
Yeah. Guys, this has not been a good second half, England, that's for sure.
Keep the ball. And Gallagher wins the free kick.
Richard said, point of clarity, Arsenal 101 is a go-to channel when it comes to panels calling it as they see it. Yep, exciting passion, jokes, opinions, insights, plus reading out comments is well respected. Thank you very much, Richard. Always appreciate that. Cam says more nail-biting moments for England. Yeah, and I think the point, Gary, Gary's biting his nails right now. If you look at him, he's got his hand on his face, near his
Nice. My
choppers.
vape, innit? My vape's run out.
So Gary's vaping to stop his nail biting habit, to wean him off the nail biting habit.
I got no nails left.
Now, all seriousness, guys, they're going to come away from this game seeing that they've picked up all 3 points in the group, which is important, and then they've not played well, and then the players and the manager's going to sit them down. He's going to say, "Look, well done, guys, but you didn't. That wasn't even half of what you've got."
I don't even think that Southgate even says that. I can't see him being that type of guy.
Yeah, I mean, he better well says that. Yeah, he better bloody say that, because
I can't see him saying that.
Because more is going to be expected of them if they're going to go far in this tournament. But the other thing as well is, we've talked about the teams that have started the tournament and shot out of a cannon, and for are England nervous in this? Because Gary.
Serbia on the attack. Oh, good block, Trippier. Sorry, go on. Apollo, what was the question?
Because you have to remember, Gary, if you cast your mind back to the semi-final and the final in the Euros, nothing was expected of England then, because we were going through a transition. The whole team was young. Everybody, all the fans said, let's stop putting all these crazy expectations on England. Yeah? And so there wasn't much pressure. Now, that's changed because everybody knows how good they are, how world-class their players are. And so a lot of that's changed. So the pressure's starting to come back on.
Yeah, but listen, at elite sports, you play with pressure.
But England have never been able to do that. They've never been able to handle the pressure.
But then they're not elite then, are they?
Well, that's what they have to overcome, mate. They've got a lot to overcome.
Listen, in the first half, we was on it. Well, 3 players was on it in the first half.
Yeah.
Oh, Pickford, come and get that, man. 3 players were on it in the first half, and we looked like we could score at will. And in the second half, it's just been, can they beat us? Oh, Dragan Stojkovic has just got, he's just picked up the ball, right? There's a free kick, and he's run on the pitch, and he slammed the ball down on Harry Kane's chest, who's laying on the floor.
Yep.
That'll be a yellow card.
No, didn't get nothing. Just pump it into the corner. There's 10 seconds left. Mr. Wet Lettuce is off to a winning start. That's what I call Southgate, Mr. Wet Lettuce.
Yeah.
And that's full time. England scrape by the skin of their teeth.
That's it. Let's put full time here. Full time. England. Oh, that's supposed to be full time. Come on. Yeah, that's it. And let's read the comments. It says, Richard said, make no mistake, I only watched watched half of the second half. I'm right in saying England will take 3 points, case closed. Yeah, that's about it, Richard. That's about it. I suspect how England have handled this Euro as favourites tag will be telling. Yeah, it's really strange that, them and then France.
Oh, please.
And Germany number 3. If according to 365 bet,
but that's just that pure bias, though. At the end of the day, isn't it?
It is, but this is what I talked to Gary about pressure. They haven't had that pressure on for a while, and now they've got that pressure. Seems like they've been regressing back into that Gary Lineker, Teddy Sheringham team where they just had heaps of pressure on the country and they just couldn't handle it. That
was a team Euro '96. That was a team that played some football. Terry Venables played some football.
But they couldn't handle the pressure on their shoulders, Gary. They couldn't handle the expectations of the whole country, it's been since '66. They couldn't handle all of that. It was too much for them.
But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And that's his brother.
Yeah.
Serbia. Cam says, fair comments. Everyone upset with this England performance, but Serbia fouling and every opportunity. There should have been more than a few yellow cards. 18 says, average performances overall. Love reading Richard's comments. Yeah, listen, love reading all of you guys' comments. Richard has just got that extra spice that we like to see when we're on a stream. So shout out to everybody. But England fans can breathe again. It's full time here. Serbia 0, England 1, and England able to get those 3 points. Let me have a look at the table. So at the moment, England top the table because Denmark and Slovenia drew their game. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, it wasn't a great game. You took the 3 points. You're in control of the table. Now in the second game with tougher opposition, because believe me, Denmark is not going to be easy. Is Denmark the second game, Gary?
I'm not too sure. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm just checking now as well. Fixtures.
That'd be tough, actually. That'd be tougher, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Denmark next year.
Yeah, Denmark's next. So that's not going to be easy at all, guys. We don't really do well against Denmark in tournaments in terms of the England team. So yeah, they're going to have to put a performance in against Denmark.
Well, a few players need to step up to the mark because, I say, in the first half, we looked like every time we went forward, Saka was having the run of the field on his side. Bellingham was just doing whatever he wanted. Gay was outstanding. And then in the second half, it was just backs to the wall. Putting one cross, we had one opportunity which to keep us saved.
Yeah, it was most definitely. Cam says, drop Foden for Palmer and play Bellingham deeper. Narratives can be put to bed. Have said this from the start today, and it's further confirmation.
But we all know that Southgate is not going to drop Foden.
Well, the thing is, would you? He's just won Player of the Season, PFA. He's just won the Player of the Season. So, yes, he didn't play well today, but you're not going to drop him for the second game just because he had a bad performance. You know
what it is, Apollo? It's like everyone can have a bad game, right? There's no saying that you're going to go out there and be a world beater every time you cross the line.
Agreed.
But what I would like to see is the manager have the kahunas to hook a player off because he's not bringing anything to the team.
Yeah.
Whether it's England, Arsenal, whoever, whatever team, if a player is not doing it, whether it be the big star of the team or whoever, bring them off, put someone on, and try to get someone on there that's going to make a difference. That's what gets me. It's not the fact that it's Foden. I don't care who it is. If it's Saka, if Saka's having a stinker, get him off, get Bowen on. If Kane's having a stinker, get him off, get Watkins or Tony on. If Pickford's having a stinker, can't catch a ball, get Ramsdale on. Whoever. It doesn't matter. That's what I want to see from my manager.
Right, okay. So shall I need the names up if I'm going to do this. Games, player ratings. But I'm going to do one today. Where are we now? Let's just grab the England team. Come on, let's grab the England team. Because it might be the case that even, remember guys, this Trent Alexander thing was supposed to be an experiment. So it's possible that we're not going to see that happen again because the ballot was here today. So I'm not sure if we're going to see the same starting 11 as what we saw before. Let's have a look here now. Team sheet. Right. Okay. I'm going to have to put this one in. Right. Talk among yourselves, guys. I'm just going to put this.
I'm just listening to Harry Kane's interview.
Yep. Turn it up. Turn it up so we can hear it.
Talking about Jude.
And also to make the best games, it's a call for people to make significant goals and assists, and that's what he does. It's a great run into the box, and he finishes it off nicely.
You got that goal in the second half. There's been so much talk about England's new look attack and who's going to play around you. How does it affect you how the attack plays around you now?
Yeah, I think each game will be different. Today I'll probably stayed a little bit higher now. Because they're not to the third man for man, I wanted to keep them deep so Jude and Phil could play in the pockets, Trent as well on the right side.
Don't mention Saka though, look.
Sometimes you're silly dropping, sometimes playing higher up. I think today for me it was more about, holding the ball up, especially in that second half, winning fouls, and trying to see the game out like we did.
That's not
Thank you.
Yeah, so you're saying Serbia changed it up in the second half. They're a great team. They got great players. Blah, blah, blah.
The usual,
I agree.
The usual fodder.
No, but I do actually agree with him. And somebody made a comment in the chat that they were fouling a lot and trying to block us out.
Serbia had 19 fouls in the whole game.
Yeah. They couldn't beat us. They couldn't beat England, so they just stopped them from playing. Right, I'm nearly done, guys. I'm nearly done.
So Bellingham becomes only the second player to score at the Euros and World Cup before turning 21.
Yeah, he's 21 at the end of this month. Well, 29th.
How do you know his birthday?
I just Googled it.
Right, okay,
No,
let's do this.
I thought England's performance throughout the whole game was sloppy, quite frankly.
No, not in my bag, Madam.
I thought the first half was decent, but the second half it just lacked any sort of passion and cohesion, and we were just happy to defend and hope that they didn't score. And that's not how you play football.
Of course not, but at the end of the day, But then again, Serbia, they didn't really have much of an attacking threat throughout the game either. So.
Right, let me just
we was lucky to get away with not conceding a penalty. So all in all, get the 3 points. That's what matters. On to the next game. We win that with 3.
Right, okay. Let's have a look at where we are now. So Pickford, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he did well to tie up loose balls, but there was a couple of times where I thought he could have caught the ball with his hands. His distribution wasn't great. And to tie that off, I saw him give 3 passes away, just as Ebony would say, lackadaisical attitude in goal with distribution. Yeah. And look, he's never normally been the best goalkeeper at distributing. Let's be fair. Yeah. I think for him, it's for his all-around game. And he's been sitting in that position for a very long time because Southgate trusts him. If Southgate was replaced as a manager, would Pickford still be there? Maybe not. Possibly would be Aaron Ramsdale. But I thought he reacted really well late on for Valovic's effort over the bar. I think that was decent. I'm going to give him a 7. Carl Walker, I'm going to give him a 7.
Hold on, Jude Bellingham. Do you want to listen to Jude Bellingham?
Yeah, go on.
Very tough side, very good, strong, big group of lads. Yeah, it was important that we prepared well for this game, and we did. The staff got it right. We prepared well all week, very well. And when it came to the game, we knew kind of the roles we had to do. And it was going to be a tight game. I know there's been a lot of goals in the other game, but I think we try and keep to our own standards and try and play the opposition that's in front of us and not kind of the theme of the tournament, if you like. So important that we got off to a start. So positive inside the camp, but on to the next one.
It's discussed the goal because the manager said he wanted you to arrive in the box tonight and have an impact like that. That's exactly what you do.
Yeah, I've got used to kind of getting in the box, playing wide or taking people on through the middle, getting the ball wide and making it into the box. I've got into the habit at Madrid and I wanted to carry my form into the Euros as well. And yeah, it's a great start for me personally to get me confidence up and to help us win the game. It's the most important thing.
What's the celebration with Trent Alexander-Arnold about?
Just when we play Wolf, one of the staff loves that face when he doesn't have a clue what's going on. So that was kind of a little group celebration for the Wolf group.
Like you said, some pretty heavy challenges out there. Is that something you're having to get used to?
Yeah. I think since I probably started playing at Birmingham, it's something that I had to get used to. Before I probably not handled it the best in terms of letting myself get involved in a fight, but I think this I felt really calm. I felt relaxed, and my teammates had my back. So yeah, I think I'm going to be ready for everything over the next 7 or 6 games now. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to put my body through whatever to try and help the country win the tournament.
Last time we saw you on a football pitch, you won the Champions League, your player of the match tonight. Every single time you touch the ball tonight, you got a cheer. What's it like being Jude Bellingham right now?
It's all right, yeah, it's all right. Could be worse, but no. Jude Bellingham is made up of amazing people, really. It's not just me who turns up and able to play football and just enjoy it like we do. It's because I have such a great support network, my family, my friends, my teammates, here and in Madrid. So I'm just so fortunate, and the football is fun.
Well, let's hope that's not the only trophy you're getting your hands on.
Yeah, thank you.
What a young man that is.
Fantastic.
I'm blown away. He's 20 years old. He's 6'2". You saw him today when he played with Swagger. We showed you his heat map. He was number 1 in 6 different categories for England players statistically on the pitch. He's just doing it all. And what a talent he is, guys.
But the thing in that interview, Apollo, when he says, to get my confidence, if that's him playing with no confidence, can you imagine when his confidence is full? Jesus Christ. But what a way to talk like that at 20 years old. So humble and thanks to everyone around him.
So Kyle Walker, again, number 7 for him, always reliable. Again, he was solid tonight. Did equally well in defense, so he gets a 7. Stones, I thought I was a bit worried because in the pre-game he had an injury scare, didn't he? And I thought, oh my God, here we're going to go again. But I thought he was solid. I thought he worked well with Mark Guehi, and I think that's going to be the way forward for England. I mean, you look at that, brings me on to Mark Guehi. I give him an 8. What a performance for him today in this game. How is it that we've been playing Harry Maguire when we've got guys like this without any England caps? This is the thing, like, and I'm not an anti Gareth Southgate by any means, but I've got to call it out when I see it. How on earth have you let Maguire in the England team for all these years when you got players? Look, Mark Guehi was absolutely brilliant. He was assured. He came out, was composed, never looked out of place, dealt with all the threats. Remember, Serbia with Vlahovic and Mitrovic are a very physical team. You cannot get more physical than Serbia. And he dealt with that really, really well, led the team in passes into the final third. He had 96% of his passes. 34 out of 36. Just a fantastic. He gets an 8. Trippier only gets a 6. I thought he was struggling, and quite frankly, especially against Mitrovic as well. And I felt the left-hand side was a bit flapping, and he failed to complete a single cross in the entire game. We talk about maybe England's best delivery set piece guy. Failed to make a single cross in the whole game. So he gets a 6. Trent Alexander gets a 6 as well. He was brought in to provide creativity in the midfield, and it just didn't work. England had to sacrifice that position, and as the game went on, it was clear that he had to come off. I called it. I said that Gallagher was going to replace him, and what happened, Gary? Gallagher replaced him.
Yeah.
So I didn't think he did well. Declan Rice, thought he did okay in the second half. In the first half, I thought he was superb in the second. Top-notch display, all over the pitch. Gives Gareth Southgate exactly what he wants, and a solid performance from him. I'm giving Rice an 8. Saka a 7.5. He's just gone from strength to strength. He ran the defense to pieces on that right-hand side and produced the cross for Bellingham's open goal. And I thought he tired a little bit, which is why he came off. good substitution, because as soon as he came off, Bowen was on there to carry on from what Saka did in the first half. So Saka gets a 7.5. Bellingham scored the England's winner, best player in the team, perfectly timed run onto the header, an all-over display of perfection for him. Just was the best player on the pitch today, and he gets. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give him an 8.5.
I give it a 4 personally.
Yeah, because a couple of other players here have got 8, so it doesn't make a sense him getting an 8 too. Foden. Oh, look. Is he going to be one of those players that fails to replicate their form for club and country? That's going to be the question. That tomorrow's headlines now should not be on anyone else outside of Bellingham. It should be, what are we going to do with this guy? Because, yeah, I mean, you can talk about Harry Kane, but Harry Kane's a point man, so he was isolated at various times, had a great header which should have put England 2-0 up. But just a lack of touches, lack of game involvement for Harry Kane. That's Phil Foden's job, creativity. So all those problems that Kane had was capitulated by Phil Foden's poor performance. I'm going to give him a 5. He failed to have a single shot in the entire game. Didn't pick up dangerous positions. Just drifted out of the game for me. Not a good display. This was the player of the year in the Premier League, by the way, guys. Harry Kane, I'm going to give a 6 as well. Just quiet. And again, a lot of that came from lack of touches because of the creativity. But yeah, that great header, which was superbly denied by the goalkeeper. And other from that, he could have scored. But we don't want to see more performances like this from Kane. We want to see him get more involved. I'm going to give him a 6 tonight. And Southgate, for me, gets a 6. The game just went away from him and he struggled to change it. I like the Bowen substitution, but I think he should have got Ollie Watkins on. I think he should have got Cole Palmer on for Foden. I think there was more he could have done and he didn't. So he gets a 6. Gary, you got the conch.
Okie dokie. Right, I'm going to give Pickford a 7. Makes a save that kept England winning. From Valovic, a couple of times, again, like you said, that punch, I don't understand what he was doing there. There was no one around him. He's high as the ball, he can easily catch that. So, bit straight decision. Distribution wasn't great, but for the save, I'm going to give him a 7. Carl Walker, he was okay. Oh, Mark Gay, hold on one sec.
Yeah, I'm really happy tonight that Mark Gay is actually getting some love, man.
Both teams always at it. We to get the first 3 points. I think we did really well. We dealt their long balls quite well, defending our box. You know, they're a good side. It was a tough test. So yeah, really proud of the boys today.
Yeah, you talked there about being a tough test. It was a very physical test as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got Vlahovic and Mitrovic up front. You know, a team full of 6-foot giants in their team. You know, it's always going to be physical. You know, they can play as well. They're always going to cause threats. But I think we dealt with it well today.
What was that like for you coming into a new look backline as the new player in there to have to deal with such threats?
I've always said it helps when you've got so many experienced players around me. You know, Trips, who's got like 4 tournaments or 5 tournaments under his belt. Stonesy the same, Walks the same, Picks the same. So, you know, I'm coming into a backline with so much experience, and the players in front got so much experience as well. So it helps a lot for me.
What did change in the second half? Because England were so dominant in that opening 45 minutes.
You're playing against good players. Tough system to play against as well, to get pressure on. And you're always kind of worrying about falling behind and their physical threat. You know, I think in these games you just have to make sure that you're as solid as possible. You're not always going to play the way you want to play, but it's important that you adapt. I think we adapted well today.
Yeah, you got the win, but does it maybe need to be better in the next games?
100%. We can always improve. And we'll definitely look to improve. Look at the areas in which we can get better. But, you know, it's a good start, and, you know, on to the next one.
And for you overall, first few days away on your first major tournament with England, how have you settled in?
Settled well. I don't really like talking too much about myself. It's more like the team. But yeah, everyone makes everyone feel welcome. It's a good spirit in the camp, and yeah, just glad to be here. Well done, Sam. Thank you.
And I just want to say before you go on, that's his full pronunciation of his name, Mark Gahey. That's the full pronunciation of his name. He has he's got five names in his name, in his complete name. But
and he's born in the Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, that's right, Ivory Coast. So look, I'm grateful. He's 6'1". He came in from Chelsea's youth system, actually. He went on loan at Swansea, joined Crystal Palace in 2001. He was their third record signing, and he's just done really well. 23 years old, just the type of player who England needed, but we're ignoring because just leaving all the old fogies in place. And well done to Southgate for finally bringing someone in and giving him the chance.
Yeah,
And he's repaid
he only brought him in because Maguire wasn't fit.
Yeah,
if Maguire was fit, he would have been on the plane and he wouldn't have played.
Yeah, but he's still there. There are times where players have not been fit and injured and still been on the trip, so they can make the recovery. So he still brought him in, and he's played really well, and all the fair play to it. Gary, you got the conch?
Yeah. Oh, where's the team gone?
Oh, let me put that back up. Hold
I can't remember like a sieve.
Oh, right, no, here they are.
10.
Come on, you gooners.
All right, so Walker, yeah, he was okay, solid as ever, reliable, got forward in the first half, defended well in the second half, so I'm happy with his 7. John Stones, I'm going to give him a 6. He got beaten for pace really badly with one of the opportunities that Serbia created. You know, he looked like he was running in quicksand. Question marks over his fitness. So I'm going to give him a 6. A guy with 5 names who we should not mention, but we're just going to call him Mark Gay. Yeah, really solid performance considering, like, you know, people spout on about tournaments, this and pressure, this and first time playing this. He just went out there and played football. And I believe that, you know, every game is just another game of football, whether you're playing in the World Cup final or playing bottom of the league in the Vauxhall Conference. It's just a game of football. And the way he went out there, you would never have known that was a debut in a tournament for a player that's never played in a tournament before. He looked composed, he was sharp, he made his tackles, he made his passes. So great performance and super interview at the end. I love it how humble that these youngsters are. You know, we heard Bellingham, you know, giving thanks for his support network, teammates in England and Madrid and his family. And Gay, you know, I don't like to talk about myself. I like to talk about the team. I think that speaks volumes for the kind of people that they are. So, yeah, really happy with his performance. I'm going to give him an 8.5. Trippier, yeah, not really involved in the game. I'm going to give him a 4. Trent, the experiment kind of looked like it was going to be okay, but then Trent does what Trent does, and he loses his concentration. And there was 2 or 3 times when he's give the ball away through just miscontrol, that simple balls. Didn't hit one crossfield pass that I can remember. Apart from that, didn't really do a lot. Was hooked when the pressure was on for Gallagher, which was totally the right decision. So I'm going to give Trent a 6. Declan Rice, bit of a shaky first half by his standards. Grew into the game in the second half when he was needed. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I'll leave Bellingham till last. Saka. I thought Saka in the first half was brilliant. Went by his man just like he wasn't there. I'm going to give him an 8 point. No, I'm going to give him a 9 actually, because he got the assist for the goal and he tired. Don't forget, he's just come back from injury. So again, probably not fully match fit. So he tired towards the end of the second half and was replaced. But I thought he'd done more than enough in that first half to get a 9. I'll leave Bellingham to last. Foden, I'm going to give Foden a 4. I thought he was tragic. from start to finish. 87 minutes gone, he finally picked up the ball, managed to control it, and went on a run straight into 3 players. But it was the first time that he had actually picked up the ball and run with it, and it took 87 minutes for that to happen. Don't know why. He doesn't bring nothing defensively. He's a purely offensive player, and I think he was lucky to play the whole 94 minutes. Don't know why Southgate chose not to replace him. So, listen, Foden's a great player. We see it at City week in, week out. But is it a case of you play in a team with great players in every position, but when you come to England, you're not at that same level? Because it's a different structure. I believe great players, Jude Bellingham has shown, you come from Real Madrid and you play exactly the same in an England shirt as you do in a Real Madrid shirt. So is it a mental thing for Foden? Can he not work without certain players around him? Because you can't bring Haaland, you can't bring De Bruyne, you can't bring Rodri into the England team because they're not English. But Bellingham has shown tonight that it doesn't matter if you're playing for Birmingham, Real Madrid or England, you come with your A game when it's needed. So Foden, very disappointed in him. 4 for him. Harry Kane, I'm going to give Harry Kane a 7. In the first half, he was woeful, but in the second half, he stepped up. He fought tirelessly up front, held the ball up, drew fouls left, right, and centre. Was unlucky not to score a goal. That's, you were saying during half time about the captain's performance. The second half, Harry Kane, that was a captain's performance. Battling away against 3 big ass people, taking the fouls, getting up and carrying on with the game. So Harry Kane gets a 7. Jude Bellingham. To be honest, I can't even put into words what I even want to say about this guy. But he was just ridiculous. Oh, Gareth Southgate, hold on.
It's exactly what you wanted, but was that a little bit less comfortable in the end than you'd have liked?
Well, they would have liked, but that's the reality of tournaments. They're a strong team. We had to suffer a bit, which I think is really good for us. To come through and defend our box the way we did under pressure is important for the group. We obviously had good chances to extend the lead and to kill the game, which we did manage to take. So I was really pleased with a lot of the play, especially the first half. I thought we used the ball really well. Second half, we didn't keep it quite as well as we need to, but to get the win and the start that we have is really important.
Jude Bellingham will get the headlines once again for scoring the winner and his overall performance. You said before the game that you wanted to see him make those runs into the box. Did we see exactly what he can do for England tonight?
Yeah, of course. He writes his own scripts, doesn't he? He just the timing of his runs. It was a super bit of play in the build up to the goal as well. And I thought at different moments all of our forward players looked dangerous. Did a really good job for the team.
How do you get them then to score more goals to kill those games up earlier?
Well, today was just the finishing, and a good save from the goalkeeper from the header towards the end. But that will come. I'm confident we'll score goals. We, playing against the back 5, it's not easy to create chances, but we did. And in the end, 1 was enough. And as I said, I like the fact that we had to suffer a bit without the ball, because I think that's an area of the game we've worked on a lot this week. We were obviously so much better than we were last week with doing that.
When Alexander-Arnold had almost 70 minutes in midfield, how did you feel that went? And in particular, how it went when the game changed in that second half?
Well, good. I have to say, he's been really diligent in getting his positioning right, balancing off. Obviously, Jude scored a lot, so I thought Trent adapted and adjusted to his positioning really well. Used the ball well, obviously had a really good effort on goal. In the end, we wanted some fresh legs in there, and Connor obviously can get to the ball quickly, and we've got a squad and we need to use it.
Thanks, Susan.
He must have been watching a different game, Southgate.
I knew you was going to say that.
He must have been watching a different game, because I'm sure that he just said that all the front 3 done really well. Well, I don't know what game he was watching, because I didn't see Foden do jack. Anyway, back to Bellingham. I'm just going to use the word ridiculous. He was just ridiculous. everything he done was ridiculous. His turns were ridiculous. You know, his passing was ridiculous. His strength was ridiculous. I'm just going to give him a 10. It was a ridiculous performance by a ridiculous player. He is just ridiculously good. And like I said, it shows that no matter who you're playing, when you cross that line, you bring your game. It doesn't matter what system you're playing in, what team you're playing against, because if you're a world-class player, you show up and you put it out there. Foden needs to learn a lesson.
Yeah. Is that it? Have you finished yours now?
Yeah, I'm done. Oh, Southgate, I'm gonna give him a 5. I don't like the guys who went next.
Excellent. Ebony, you go ahead.
All right, Pickford, he didn't really have much to do for much of the game for me. And when he did reasonably well, although I felt that his distribution at times was woeful. However, like I said, he didn't really have that much to do. So I'm going to give him a 6. Walker, to be honest, didn't really see much of him, quite frankly. I'm going to give him a standard 5. For me, he was pretty quiet. So he wasn't the most prominent defender there. John Stones, consider that mistake that he made. I don't know what he was doing. I don't think he knew what he was doing either. So I'm going to give him a 5. Gahey, the best defender out of the whole lot. If it wasn't for him, England would have probably lost the game or just drawn the game. But his clearances were just outstanding. So I'm going to give him a 9. Trippier, again, he was pretty quiet for me. Didn't really do a lot, to be honest. So I'm going to give him a 5. Trent Alexander, he gets a 5 as well. How many times can you give the ball in crucial areas? How many times can you give the ball away in crucial areas? He gets a 5. Saka, he gets a 7.5. I thought when you actually see Saka play, there is a reason why teams like to have 2 or 3 players against him, because he's just too quick. And Serbia found that out today. So I'm going to give Saka an 8. Bellingham, he gets a 10. Man of the match. His runs, his passing, his goal, the fact that, you know, he can be felled and still have the ball at his feet and still pass it. The guy could be drunk and still play the ball in crucial areas and still get a goal. That's how good he is. He's 20 years old. He's going to be 21 in, I think it's July. I can't remember. But yeah, he's just player of the match for me. Foden, a complete DS. I know you all know what that means. He gets a 3. Didn't do anything. Didn't impress me at all. You know what he does for Man City, he does not. It does not translate in an England shirt. Sorry. He gets a 3. Kane, he gets a 4 for the entire game, and also on Foden as well. For the entire game, he was quiet. What did he do for the entire game apart from the last 13 minutes? He didn't do anything. Kane didn't do anything. He gets a 3 as well. What did he do? The only time he woke up was late on in the second half.
When he had the header where he should have scored, yeah.
But what did he do? He didn't do anything. Sorry, gets a 3. And he looked tired. He looked he just looked like he looked as though he wanted to go to bed. That's what he looked like. Southgate, I'll give him a 5. I think as a manager, I don't think he's ruthless enough. I think he's got his favourite players. The fact that he should have taken off Foden, he should have taken off Kane. And don't get it mistaken that just because Kane is a captain, he can't be taken off. He can. Okay, you have a vice captain for a reason. So the fact that he didn't take those off, for me, he made his substitutions far too late. Gets a 5.
And that's it, yeah?
Yeah, that is it.
Excellent, guys. So, where are we? So, it seems that a lot of good comments here. Rich Post says, impact of Bellingham, that's a header and the run into the penalty box suggests Real Madrid's forms translating into the international stage. And then we picked up on the Foden saying, well, why hasn't that done? Cam says, look at the Italians who are traditionally slow starters, but good at getting far in tournaments. Win is all that matters. Let's go, England. It's coming home. And then he also says here, let the Trent Alexander experiment end here. and then says Bellingham is truly world class. Midfielder makes it look easy and elegant. And so overall, good. Hope you guys enjoyed those player ratings. And really, overall, me summing it up by saying it's 3 points in the bag. And we talked about Denmark and Slovenia drawing earlier. So England are already on course, top of the league. There's only a few amount of games that they play. Remember, it's only 4 games, really. And so they're heading towards the knockouts with this performance. But no doubt the second half performance was poor, and there's plenty to work on if England want to go deep into that tournament. So that's it from me, guys. Final words from you, Gary?
Yeah, happy to get the 3 points. Happy with the first half. Dropped off a bit in the second half. I just want to see a bit more from a few more players, to be honest. You can't go into a game and rely on 2 or 3 players. You know, it's a team game for a reason.
Yeah,
but all in all, got the job done, and that's what counts.
Excellent. And what about you, Ebony? Final thoughts?
I thought England was sloppy, to be honest, for much of the game. I mean, they weren't great. Yeah, they got the win, and it was a brilliant goal by Bellingham, who was the best player in the game. I thought that without him, without that goal, where would the goals going to come from? Because for me, there were just too many slides away from the goal face, you know, and nobody really put in the effort of goal scoring. I mean, and when the team did have chances in scoring goals, it's like you have a player or players that are in better positions. Pass it to them. Stop trying to be the hero. And that's what I thought today. So the next game's Denmark, and that's going to be tough. So let's see what happens.
It's also going to be tough to stream because I finish work at 5:30 and I don't want my company to see me online streaming. So it's going to be this Thursday. It's going to be this Thursday at 5 o'clock. So I'm hoping that Ebony and Gary, even Tony, are going to be around, or Vincey to kick off the stream so that I can.
I'll be around. I'll be around on Thursday.
I'll be at work, but I'll be available.
So I'll let you guys start it. I'll ask Vincey and Tony to jump in, and then at 5:30, I'll be in the chat. I'll actually probably be in the studio right here, but not showing my face.
Oh, what, you working from home? You working from home?
I'll be working from home on that day. So yeah,
cooling sick.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a joke. Rich says, cheers guys, another winning start. Build England. This is Southgate. What Southgate said. It's not a gimme trophy. Agreed. And Cam says, another quality stream, guys. Much appreciated. Jared said, shame England, horrific, lazy, short of anything. It is, but let's look on the bright side. The bright side is they're top of the group. If this was 1-0 to Serbia, then 100%. 100%. But they got the result with some quality play, and there wasn't enough of that quality play, if I'm honest. I think, Jared, the team need to play at the level of their best player, Jude Bellingham. If everybody stepped up to his level, where they're the best versions of themselves, then this would be a completely and utter different England team. And this is what I'm saying. Gareth Southgate might have his shortcomings, but he's full of what is arguably the most quality field England team that they've had since the 66 World Cup. I can't remember an England team this good. Even from the Lineker days, and moving on from the Brian Robson days, Keegan, Trevor Brookin. That was a very good team as well. But
you see when you say about people stepping up to Bellingham's level, the trouble with that is, Apollo, that there's not many players in that team that are up to his level.
Yeah, I know. Then I said the best versions of themselves. Does that make a difference? So, you know, we know what Saka's like when he's on it, but he was on it for a great deal today. We know what Declan Rice is like. A lot of people think he should have won Player of the Season. Foden won PFA Player of the Year.
Why?
We didn't see a lot on the field from Harry Kane. Harry Kane scored more goals in games he's played in today, apart from the header. He didn't look like he can hit a barn door today. So I was just saying, if everyone turns up being the best versions of themselves, just like Bellingham did, then you've got a completely different dynamic in the team. And as I said, Southgate has got his shortcomings, but when you look at some of the decisions, like Kane not getting involved in the game, Foden, when he gets the ball, running into traffic and losing it, and that's not on Southgate. They need to be diligent enough to know how to play at this level. And so from the two players there that I just mentioned, it's not good enough. Poor performance, nothing to do with the manager. Just that's on you. Yeah. So these are the things that England have to really sort of work on, and they've got the time to do it. So they can't play any worse. Rich Post says Arsenal 101 and rest in peace. Yeah, shout out to my boy Kevin. We're thinking of you every day. And next season's title run is going to be for you, mate. All right, so Ebony, Gary, thanks for having you guys.
No problem, mate. Anytime.
Yep, England make it way through top of the group, and then they've got the toughest game in Denmark coming up. It's going to be a real teller. Ideally, if they draw that one and then win the last game against Slovenia, then no one's going to think anything. But I think this needs a statement win. If this is a statement win by England, then it's going to calm the nerves. It's going to G up the fans. They're going to be singing It's Coming Home Again. And so the expectations are going to be very high. Thanks, everybody. Nice one, everyone, man. Peace out, everybody.
See you later, people. See you later.